Good evening, one and all, and welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice, where we are gathered across this beautiful, cable-encrusted, snack-filled, chair-seated table.
Yes.
Park.
Yeah.
Are sitting.
What? What did you do?
I thought
Oh, Maxime.
Always finishing.
Always faith in you, guy.
But yeah, so thank you all so much for joining us. Unfortunately, this empty space right here should normally hold AF, but they are sick at home. But as you can see, they are in the chat, so they can still talk and follow along a little bit. So hell yeah, that's some good stuff, at least over there. And I see that we have maybe a couple of new... Oh, right, okay, cool. So it seems that you are already being explained how these things work. That indeed you can buy all different kinds of things with llama points that you just get for free. And with those you can influence the story a little bit. We have all kinds of different small bonuses and the like, including hero points, what was just explained to you. But next to that, we also have a little bit bigger stuffs. Namely the actual story beats. You can actually buy different things that you can add and will happen in the story. And there was one story beat that was not bought, and because of that, the time to do that has expired, and for that the story will now change or go into a certain direction, because, well, things didn't happen that way.
Oh, which one was that?
It was the one where the guild that is going to be your competitors had some inbound information, and it has now officially arrived them, and you have not intercepted them in their stead.
No, damn.
So yeah, so now they have a little bit more information, so more on that when we actually jump into the game. But as we are still very much underway in an owlbear hunt, shall we play again? So, to jump into tonight's game. Last we left off, our heroes known as the Pack were traveling down south to eventually visit the hometown of Crowan, known as Torsica. But on their way, you had picked up a new quest to hunt some owlbears that seemingly were, as part of their mating season before they go to hibernate during the winter, were now gathering and herding in the southern forest of the Van Wyck woodlands. Here you have already found a couple of these beasts that you could slay quite easily, 4 of them. Not before some of you got mauled by their claws, but all of you survived. And now 4 owlbear carcasses lay strewn across the barren forest floors in the early months of winter.
Hey, Grim Boy!
Hey, welcome back. Up above, somewhere, is the means of transporting these carcasses and getting your earnings, namely the skyship that brought you here, known as the Razorleaf. And as all of you were busy bandaging each other up, the first task at hand would be to somehow signal the ship to pick these carcasses up. But after that, as part of this mission, you also have one other target. Namely, somewhere within this herd, the owlbear Matron should prowl. And if you were able to find that one, fame and fortune would come to both you and the noble house for which you are undertaking this endeavor. Are we fed? Are we fed?
We're paid.
Are we fed?
So,
So,
Southern Goblin voice.
as the carcasses lie strewn on the forest floor, your wounds are bandaged up by your combat medic Rowan and your combat medic known as Jack. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm not wounded, and I'm still like on my own mission to slowly and like tiny pieces dismember the owlbears for
Right.
Evan. Thank you.
So, what you did in the last episode,
It's not even enough to just kill them, is it?
No,
You gotta like name
not
the
for Evan.
carcasses.
Like we have to give a
Are
big
you
piece.
enjoying this?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You have to give a big piece to them, like the carcass, but
It's very easy
Evan
to
wants
get along.
the small pieces, so we have to give him the small pieces.
It's very easy to stop Olan from doing this. You just have to give them names.
Yeah. Now
So-
too late, already dead. Doesn't count.
But
Yep.
Thomas, you're dismembering Thomas?
Nah, man, no.
Thomas the owlbear.
Thomas the owlbear?
It's just a corpse now.
Or Susie?
He's
Little-
like, choo,
Little
choo.
Susie?
No.
Wait, what was your sister's name again?
you take a look. You take a look at the owlbear known as Thomas that is now still bleeding out, and you have put off your earmuffs that like went against their screeches, and with his last breath, he goes, "Ooh, ooh," and then it dies.
And he looks at you in the eye as you raise your. How are you gonna do this? Your morning star? You're gonna chop it into pieces with your morning star?
So with your
I have a dagger. I do have
That's
a
for
dagger.
stabbing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can cut stuff with my dagger. I will still like claws and stuff.
All right, so you
do it well.
with your how do you want to do this last week? You already had dismembered
Yeah,
one of them,
but
so
it's
2
for
arms
Evan.
are up. Okay,
Like I'm a cat. Do I look like I care?
not really. No.
When they're alive, maybe. But now I can just throw them off tables. It's
Speaking
fine.
of Evan, are any of these owlbears female?
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Ooh, that's actually pretty.
Nice.
Would it be with advantage because he knows a lot about owlbears?
It wouldn't be with advantage because that isn't the thing.
Oh, I'm already trained, and it's gonna be a 28.
28. You take a look around, and indeed, one of these 3 owlbears, I will say, no, not the one that you cut its limbs off, but one of these owlbears is indeed a female, and you deduce that probably these 3 males were trying to mate with the one female over here, and let's just say that you have cut their orgy short.
We did her a
They fell
favor.
into a.
Yeah.
Then,
Or,
in that case, would it be could we extract whatever would be needed for Evan to make those stink bombs? That's totally my idea, by the way. I didn't get it out of chat.
No, of course not.
No thanks to Ave.
I imagine it'd be like a high medicine check to extract the scent gland or something.
I would say indeed like either nature or medicine.
In that case, I would like to try. I'm an expert in medicine, so I would like to try it.
Okay. So you get out some small tools that you normally use to heal people, but they also have like a scalpel and like things to cut away with. Perhaps you also like ask for a dagger of
A morning star.
or a morning star. covered with.
You
So
want?
I will say, for the sake of this, because it is a always a 4th level creatures, but this is a very hard thing to do. So that would be you need to make a 24 on your medicine check.
Can do it. Can do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
That is more than 24. That's actually a 28.
Nice. All right. So with that little bit of information that Evan had given you, this hermit that you met in these woods, and is sort of aligning himself with you in hunting and scouring these lands for owlbear trinkets. You take a look at this beast, and you see that like one of the glands in the neck of this female owlbear was already engorged, and seeming as it is now the mating season, and that is like the one distinct characteristic of this female one, supposed to the males. You easily find indeed the gland that is used to secrete these pheromones, and eventually as you cut it out, you smell this like a little bit sour but very pungent smell coming out of it, and it's like, oh yeah, like this seems like the right thing to. Oh god, they really like this. Ooh.
Cohen's gonna focus on trying to clear, either find a place where it's clear for a plane to land, or make a place where it's clear to land.
All right. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
That's a 21.
21. I would say that as you take a good look around, and also keeping in the back of your mind your surroundings, how you got here, you figure out that like a couple of 100 feet away, at least would be like enough of a clearing to get the ship's ropes down, so you can like put it up, the carcasses. But as you take a look around this place over here, a couple of the trees are just too big and too thick to really cut down. So this is probably just going to be a athletics endeavor to get them all the way over there.
I'll start with that.
Yeah. All right. So, but these things are big and heavy. Like they are bear carcasses. So they are like they're large creatures. Do you just want to grab on and pull, or is there anything you would
Rope
like
and
to
drag, I guess.
Yeah. You want to go tie ropes around them and just drag them along?
Yeah.
All right. Any other ideas about this, or are you guys just going to drag carcasses a lot across the floor?
Yeah.
We don't have that many options, I think.
It's
Well-
okay if something falls off, it's fine.
Hey.
Wait.
I have a device that will help us tow these carcasses through the woods, and this string or rope-powered automobile has a total of, I think it was 5 goat power. I say we have the 5 goats drag as many carcasses as we can make them.
Oh, but that's perfect, because then I don't have to cut everything off, because it would just fall off. Because it's dragged on the floor.
Yeah.
Then things would fall off?
Yeah, like toes and things that stuck on, like,
If
Carcasses.
we're
Like,
still
a
going
toad
to drag
doesn't
them over.
just fall off.
No, a toad doesn't
Well-
just fall off after you drag it across the floor.
What
They
kind of
won't
toad-
stop because the owlbear is not going to scream that it's hurt or something, because
Crystal,
it's dead. Yeah.
Crystal, if you get dragged across the floor, do you lose limbs?
Yeah, probably.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, these owlbears don't, because they're like
No.
fantasy magical creatures.
Fine,
So
I'll
they are stable enough to keep their toes and
I'll
like.
just cut it then.
I mean, if you drag them across the floor, they'll probably lose some feathers.
Also, they are
that would
that will-
be bad with
they're
bears.
they're owlbears, not lepers.
Yes, but
No,
not
wait.
just a little bit.
Note to
Is there
self.
such a thing as leper bears?
Yeah. Note to self. Make leper bear. Owl lepers.
Owl lepers?
Needs to be
Leper
workshopped.
owls.
No. You're walking through the woods and there, just a little owl leg falls on your head.
Oh, lepers.
Owl lepers.
You're like,
It's sort of like a flying Mr. Potato Head.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Easy to kill, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I guess the easier way
I
would
hope.
just be make zombie owlbears.
Yeah.
I feel.
I can do that. Here, watch me. And I cast animate that.
you want to make zombie owlbear?
Can you cast animate dead and not damage the corpse?
I can make
Well,
him,
we
I
can
ma- I
damage
can
the
make him
corpse.
walk to the pickup
Why
point.
wouldn't we damage the
But-
corpse?
I can only do
Because we
one.
want the corpse to be.
Well, not everything. Jeez, didn't you learn?
I can do one. I can make one walk itself. Or if we put him on a cart, we can make him pull the other ones.
Yeah.
Actually,
That sounds good,
that's not a bad idea.
well, I mean,
Animate one, make him drag two, and drag the last one.
And I have augmented summoning, with which I can make it stronger and longer.
Mmm.
Can we do that?
All right. So, Jack,
There's nothing wrong with what I said.
Jack, up until now, you have quested in the confines of a vast city, the streets of which would not look too kindly to the sort of magics that you are about to use.
We call them racists.
But here in the wilds, no such prejudice exists. So you step forward and you cast Animate Dead on one of the carcasses.
Yeah.
Do you wish to animate the dead carcass of the one without arms? or
No.
one with all of its
That's
limbs
not
intact?
Yeah, yeah.
Not-
Not the one without arms, and make it like ass go up. Why?
No, I think arms would be very handy.
Yeah? Alright.
Yeah, let's do arms.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying to help
Yeah,
let me
Evan.
take a
You don't really need to roll for that.
No,
Just
animate
trying to be
dead.
friends.
I don't think so. These two is-
Alright. Okay. Yeah, so we will say yeah, so basically you can I will say you can target the corpse of the owlbear, but it just will become like a less formidable opponent than the actual
Yeah.
beast itself. So let's see here. If we can I get like normal bear stats perhaps?
Bear.
Yeah, that seems about right. Like a at what level do you cast the animate dead spell?
I am casting it. Wait, let me have a quick look. No, not no. Come on, Google. Don't do this to me right now. Unless I have it. No, I have it in my. I have it in my necklace. Let's check.
Nice.
I think it's on first level.
On first level? Alright, so that would mean that you can create a creature of
-1.
of level -1, yeah. Alright. Okay. So as Jack, how do you look like as you reanimate the corpse of one of these owlbears?
Creepy.
I look Olam in the eye.
No, why?
I say, not this one. And I sit down next to it and I start to like hover my hands over the owlbear. And you can see Jessie on my shoulder kind of doing the same.
No.
Standing on her hind legs and just moving her paws a little bit. And I mumble a few words and all of a sudden you see those eyes open and it's like, ooh.
A little bit slack-jawed with like the bottom half of the beak like off to the side a little
Can we
bit.
just like click that off or just stab it? No.
The beast stands up and begins to slowly, not really completely in control of the heaviness of its own body, as the death has already began to set into the different kinds of tissues. But this one owlbear is now animated and under your control. So hell yeah. So what do? You guys, more being fed?
Yes, by Chase.
Right, so we have an owlbear. I will say that beast is big and strong enough to at least drag 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then we are going to have goat power on the other one.
No, I'm doing the other one.
But before we start,
Go ahead,
I'm gonna make the
Are
owlbear
you
walk
strong?
towards Ola
I am strong.
and just hold out its paw and then rip one nail off. Because it's more of like a nail and give it to Ola.
Aww, thanks.
Perfect.
All right,
No, I have to keep that. No.
all right. So
Nightmares about that. Ripping off your own claw.
Your own fingernails.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy that, Paul.
So for the sake of this, the goats also get tied to the other owlbear, and Crowan, together with a couple of goats, begin to try and drag that one along. Crowan, go ahead and make me an athletics check, and you will get a couple of points of aid because of some goats. All right, so you get a plus. I will say, for the sake of this, we're like homebrewing a little bit. I will say take a +3 to your athletics check.
28.
28, nice. All right, so it is hard work, but together with a couple of goats that begin to pull also because of the beautiful guidance that Olam is bestowing upon them, you begin to drag that one owlbear away. And Jack, go ahead and make me. Let's make it a spell attack roll to see like how good your magic is, and in that so doing like how well your owlbear carcass is dragging the other carcasses.
Once. Oh,
Yeah, very well.
do I have a hero point?
I think so. Do you want to use it for that? That's the question.
No.
Uh,
A question worth asking.
no, you don't.
I guess it'll be 15.
15?
Like
Right.
emotions.
So as the owlbear begins to move a little bit, the rope that you tied along its neck begins to cut into the flesh a little bit, and you can see like boom, 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 a couple of the feathers begin to fall off, and eventually it does dig deep a little bit, but the carcass just moves along, its mind no longer its own, just following your orders as a good minion. And Crone is quicker. Crone is quicker than the actual other carcass. But eventually, after a couple of minutes of dragging, you find yourselves at the clearing where the airship should have enough space to actually land.
I am the drag. Okay.
Yeah. And I will say, for the sake of this,
I am Crowan, Dragger and Destroyer.
let's see here. You guys lose about 15 minutes by doing this to like tie them up, get them all the way over there, and again, because your adversaries are somewhere here also trying to do their business, time is sort of the essence in this regard. But eventually, you find yourselves in this small clearing, and as you begin to peer upward, you know what you are looking for, and somewhere just across the treetops, far in the north, you can see like just hanging still within the air what seems to be your airship, the Razorleaf. How would you like to catch its attention?
Well, the easy way would be to use the spell, but I just figured I have the horn of the bull.
Let's see here.
I'm not sure how much noise we want to make.
Bullhorn.
Well, I think either way the noise would be the same. I'm just afraid
Well, we
it won't be
can-
enough.
Yeah,
We
I'm
can
If it's high up in the air and far away.
We can send dancing lights.
So the voice can be heard up to 500 feet away. So that would be too far for this, because like
Oh, okay.
the airship is way farther away. The airship is a couple of hundred meters. So we're talking about like thousands of feet away.
In that case, I think we're gonna
How to do the firework. Yeah, for what it's worth, Crystal, I get your idea, but they're pretty faint lights, and it's day. So we
Fair.
send them up in the sky. They probably won't see, but like a fiery explosion.
Yeah, that's fair.
They'll hear it, they'll see it, and
Okay, who's casting the spell?
I have it. I have it ready.
You have it prepared?
Yeah, or at least it's in my. No, I do have it.
Hey.
Yeah, I do have it ready.
And
Yeah.
the Moonrock, thank you so
I've
much for
prepared.
your continued subscription to this beautiful shit show.
So I can cast that. Before we do, I'm already gonna cross it off. We're gonna have to make sure that everything is safe, because once we alert the airship, other things can be alerted too.
Yeah. Well, we can really make sure everything is. Well, we can be prepared for anyone approaching.
Yes, that's.
So I'm gonna climb a tree.
All right, go ahead and make me another athletics check. See how well this goes.
That is an 18.
Good enough. Like that's a normal success. You need a 15 in this regard. So Crowan, you put away your weaponry and the ropes that you used to.
Yeah, before as Crowan starts to climb,
Clam.
Tarus walks up with a stick that kind of looks like a sword. It's like a tiny, just a stick. He goes up, he's like, "Take this. It's dangerous to go alone." And he just holds it out.
I'm not alone. Right?
And with that,
Mental breakdown?
No, that's no one.
no,
played the
like
original
the
Zelda?
original Zelda, yeah.
Oh,
thank you.
right.
When I started to play the original Zelda, I did not go into the cave, and I was just like, I have no way to defend myself. I was scouting the entire map without means of
And
combat.
then running
for, like,
away every time.
Yeah. But it was cool. It looked good. All right, so without a sword, you are going to climb up into this tree. It does take a normal amount of effort, but you succeed, and eventually you find yourself, because you chose the right tree, just up atop, like above most of the canopy surrounding you, and you can see like this beautiful like rolling of brown of all of the different empty branches, because it's winter, like stepping up, as if you are gazing over this elongated brown landscape. What are you looking for?
Anything approaching?
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh! 24.
24. As you take a look around, nothing that catches your attention just out of the corner of your eye or anything. You also take a good look, and you are pretty sure that for the first 1,000 feet around you, no real dangers are present. You do find that a little bit off to the side, you see a couple of deer that are just like running away, just a little bit of wildlife doing their thing. But other than that, no real troubles, at least for now.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep looking and then saying area's clear.
You keep Overwatch.
And what I think we should do is just make a formation, stand on 4 edges, and then the owlbears in the middle of us.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
because we're afraid of the other mercenary.
yeah, maybe
company,
the other mercenaries come.
Right. Sorry, I was very confused about why we were being this careful about signaling the ship, but I understand now. Okay. Yeah. Tarush will just stand at maybe the opposite side from Jack, just on the edge of the clearing, and I suppose we all maybe take one end of the clearing and wait until the airship comes to pick up the carcasses, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And you set off the fireworks first, and then you move.
Okay, so with that, you cast fireworks and they go off into the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, attack the sky.
fireworks.
Like 10 damage.
Ignite fireworks, is that the spell?
Yeah.
You, alright. Yada yada yada. Burst. Alright, yeah, so you can send it up 60 feet into the air, and as it just exits the canopy, it's pretty close by to Crowan, so you might wince a little bit. You're not in the radius, you're not getting damaged or anything, but it's still...
Oh, wait, what's your meta magic? Do you have a lengthened spell, or what's the word, widened spell, or...
Not
Yeah.
even damage.
I know you have the... Yeah, he has the
Yeah,
deceptive meta magic.
I think I only have deceptive.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
alright.
fair.
But fair enough. With that, we shall see how well the different peoples are paying attention. Alright. And then I also need... Let's see, what kind of die? I think different will be for... Okay, and last but not least also... Alright, so... The fireworks go up into the air. You hold your breath for a moment, hoping that everything went smoothly. Crowan almost begins to think that perhaps this wasn't enough of a signal, at which point you are seeing the airship from the side, Crowan, like just hanging still in the air, at which point you see both of the wings flap outward and it slowly begins to move in a half arc, which then comes towards all of you. What do you call it in English? Controle?
Police.
The pulley system, thank you. The pulley system racks off the different ropes, both of which are are being held on to by one of the tiefling hands, and they just do their jobs. They nod, maybe they speak a couple of words, but what they're mostly doing is just making sure that the owlbear carcasses are all connected for, at which points they begin to lift them up once more. At which point you can also see that a bird folk, or Aarakocra, the first mate of the airship known as Wren, just flies down to all of you and just checks in for a moment. Alright, it seems that you have had a first good hunt.
Yes.
Anything to report? Is all well?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we've got 4, 3 males and 1 female. One is missing its arms.
I can see that. That will be a little bit of a problem.
I figured.
Well, they said we have to give corpse, and we had to attack. They attacked us, so he lost his arms.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Oh, actually, I think that's pretty high.
Oh?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
not sure why.
pretty
I did
diplomatic?
That, but
Choose furry, of course it's a demand.
I'm not sure.
I can't say no to you.
Okay, fine.
There were some big guys.
So Tarush is his ego's been damaged. So at first he was kind of silent, but this bothers him. So he says, "No, I think Olam has intentionally been ridding these carcasses of limbs."
Why are you doing this to me?
And I want to try and give her a -1 on that.
What?
Go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check as well, and basically you can anti-aid.
17 plus.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Well, I'm checking if not short of 30, 28.
All right, so you take a -1.
Well, then it's a 19.
A 19. All right.
I mean, Darush has been saying from the start, like, don't do this. Stop cutting off the lips. Why are you? He asked for like random small parts that fell off.
It's not like you're
Alana's like,
physically stopped me. I don't care about the money. I'm just helping everyone.
You care about
just
this government, which I get.
Yeah, right.
Like, out character, I
But
get.
still, you're stopping me.
Not in character. I mean, Tarush, yeah.
The bird takes a long, hard look at you, Olam, and says, "In Aarakocra culture, this is considered a dick move." Look, the deal was that you would give us the entire carcasses intact, so that our leather workers could work their magic.
Yeah, but we have to fight.
So
Well,
how about
some things
40
will be damaged.
I understand that you would like to also hold on to some trinkets of your own, but I'm afraid that this will have to... I'll talk to the captain about this.
Well,
but
I
this will
didn't
be
take
deducted
the
from your
arms,
pay.
did I? I don't want to have the arms. I just had to kill.
Then why did you want to cut them off? To
Well,
reach that for himself.
Well, Tarush is just being salty. That's his personality.
Doesn't mean I'm lying.
Well, that happened before,
just say-
didn't it?
Let's just say we agreed to have a deduction in for this corpse, since it has about 20% off, like 20% less pay for this corpse.
I
How-
just got a little mad at the thing because it was attacking my friends.
Look, whatever the reason might be that you had to cut off these arms, this was not part of the contract, and pay will indeed have to be deducted, Crowan. I'll talk to the captain about the specifics. For now, though, you are still underway for your mission.
Yeah.
So, pulls on the rope, and the last carcass begins to be pulled up. If there's nothing left to be disclosed, then good luck with the rest of your hunts.
Thanks.
We await any further responses.
See you later.
Later, bro.
Or is there anything else that you would like to discuss or...
I don't
Well,
Talk about
Tarush does throw like an angry glance at Olam. I told you not to do it needlessly or wantonly. Just leave the carcasses intact, and Evan will be happy with whatever small parts fall off.
Well, if I do it once with the arm, I think it's okay.
Crowan, at this moment, as you are still keeping overwatch, you can see a individual that now almost looks like an entire owlbear, as Evan is dragging two arms under his shoulders, or like in his armpits, like across the ground, and his long cloak of owlbear feathers blends in with the arms. And from the top, he almost looks like a legitimate owlbear cub. But you can see in the stride that he does, and with the staff that he's now holding sort of in his neck, because he doesn't really have a lot of space to put it otherwise, this hermit that you had encountered before, that is also trying to loot all the trinkets of these owlbears, is coming back to you. But you do also see, with your perception of 24, 28 was it? Pretty high.
24, yeah.
That he is hasted. He's not having a spring in his step. He's actually getting there as quickly. Yeah, he's hurrying. He's getting there as quickly as possible.
Is he being chased?
Not that you can see. You wait a couple of more seconds, and it doesn't seem that he is being followed or anything. But
Evan's approaching, don't worry.
he shouts down from his space at the top of the
yeah,
trees.
fair. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we gather back up as a group and we wait, or at least, yeah. You want to stay up there, Crowan?
Just see what Evan has to say, and then we can move on.
He's returning the arms,
Alright,
so we
so-
can give them back.
Well, I don't think that he is going to give them back. He probably has some information of something. He was going to find something out for us, right?
Indeed. Tarush sent him off to basically...
Distract the other company by planting false tracks, by maybe scaring them off.
So
with
the
weird
least he
sounds.
deserves is 2 arms.
I mean, no, that's not what we agreed.
You
This
see-
is capitalism. It's not charity, Crystal.
Well, for me it is.
We almost got killed for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got killed for lesser pay because we gave arms.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind.
It's coming out of
Look
your
at your,
share. No.
look at your
That's fine.
stomach.
I don't
man.
care about money.
I was like, that's not a proper
No.
punishment. It's like, this is coming out of your next meal. 20% less food.
Well, you have to count because I can't.
This is coming out of your stein.
No, you're back. You're at the back of the row for the next item. So yeah, usually it's.
No,
I
but
think-
like, it doesn't work to go materialistic about it. Like, we need to learn this as a group. That's, we, need to,
I am going to take your clothes. Oh no.
we need to be creative in our punishment, okay?
No,
Less
no.
time.
Guys, you are missing the just punishment this entire time. Olam took arms. We are taking Olam's arms.
And we're giving them to the next weird druid we find.
Nah, just
Can I make a
give it
grapple
to
check?
Evan.
Next arm you take off is gonna get out of the goats.
Do you have
No.
gentle repose?
No.
One of us will have to learn gentle repose so we can properly preserve the arms so they don't rot.
Yeah.
I can animate her dead arms.
Let them walk with us.
They're taking way better.
No,
Can
Alam,
I
we
do
need you
magic?
to, we know a lot of your spells have somatic components.
Yes.
So I understand you need your arms, so we'll find a more
You'll just take my legs.
a less
And to answer Amunra's question, we are indeed lighting one of your candles. Maxime, can you maybe take a look at
Is it
which
hot?
one we are smelling right now?
It's Druid's Grove by Amun.
Yes. Yeah, we are still in the forest area, so Druid Grove it is, and like it's not only the smell that is adding to the ambience, but also just like that small flickering light at the middle of the table. It really adds some oomph. Yeah, Charlie, I'm not sure if you can see it, but
No, I'm imagining it. Now that you're saying it. Now it's
theater
like,
of the mind.
Everything's better now.
So, as you guys are laughing, however, Evan seems to walk up to all of you with a little bit of a worried look on his face, as he just like begins to, almost as an animal, begins to stalk into your group a little bit, and like drops the arms and just grasps his staff a little bit and goes, Tarouche, I am afraid that the agreement that you and I had has not really worked that well. No, not at all.
What happened? Are you hurt?
No, but they were not convinced. I believe that somehow they had already known where the matriarch is located. I found them. There are 4 of them with a wolf as a pet or something.
very well. You may stop talking. This is perfect. Lead us to them then.
Right. I thank you for the arms. They are very beneficial to my work.
See? I'm sorry. I did my best for you.
No, but it is very good. Thank you. It has been a long time since I had actual owlbear meat. It invigorates the soul. But yes, I believe that they are already on track for the matriarch. It seems that they did not have real eyes for the other owlbears. I wonder why that is, but they are on their way. Yes. Right
Can we reach the matriarch before then?
No. Crowan, think of this as think not with your just and lawful mind. Think of this with a more devious point of view,
Why would I?
because it's very much the more economical one here. If we simply shadow them as they approach the owlbear matriarch, we'll have them like fish in a barrel. They'll be fighting each other, and we swoop in and kill all of them.
Wait, so we cannot
That
rest
was not
before
the
we
deal,
go?
remember, Ruth? We
Eh,
were not killing unless we've been attacked by them.
Well, we
they are
will.
well, we'll make sure that they attack us
Okay,
first.
Garen's gonna make a very good
Got me,
stand
got
here.
me!
They are honest citizens doing an honest day's work. We will not disrupt them. We will just be better than them.
We're just gonna stand there like, yeah, hit us then, bluff. Bluff. Do that.
how do you see this
No,
playing
no,
out?
you don't
We
understand.
find
I
the
like
matriarch
it.
first.
Yes,
We start fighting the matriarch.
yes.
They find us during our battle, perhaps. Or perhaps they find it just at the same time. Do you think that these people will show us the same naive, optimistic, idealistic mercy that you are now trying to make us show them.
Let's just say, Terush, I do, if I remember correctly, the noble houses rely on reputation, right? Like, reputation is half the power, money is the other half. Or standing, or whatever.
Yes.
How do you think your reputation or standing will go if you act like a common merc?
If people got to know about it.
They
Yes.
probably will someday.
So, I wonder. This,
We're walking, by the way, to,
I agree. Yeah, good one. Terush says, I wonder, where does this come from? Because I don't see a situation. I'm fine with trying, but if we both approach the matriarch at the same time, I do not doubt they will hesitate to attack us.
That is your pessimism against my hopeful optimism that they won't. Of course. That is indeed a debatable situation that we will not be able to solve right now. I'm saying, try to get to the matriarch before them. If they disrupt our operation by attacking us, for example, all gloves are off.
But what if we
But do you
get
want-
there and they got to the matriarch first, and we're just gonna
Then
say
it's who gets the killing blow on the matriarch.
on the matriarch?
What if we are caught in between a rock and a hard place here? We fight the matriarch and they attack us in the back. Would you really rather not survive than
Oh, I will survive
bend
either
your
way.
principles?
I will survive either way. The thing is, if they attack us in the back, then there's no doubt that they are common mercs, or even worse, poachers, whatever. Their lawfulness is gone. And so, again, all gloves are off.
I've been wondering something, Kron,
Yes?
and I truly do admire your sense of principles, usually. But are they principles that you're now standing by, or guilt?
I'm gonna go and do an intimidate check on Terush and basically going, are you really going there? Are you really going there?
Yeah, go your gang.
Okay.
Go.
Go your king.
I don't have my mask on, so it's just gonna be a 21. A 21, yeah.
That exactly hits my will DC. So Terush will get the message and figure that this is not like but he also remembers that it is a weak spot.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's both, but
Terush will remember this.
yeah. But for now, he shrugs like, okay, and he then gives a little like a not very apologetic smirk.
Yeah.
Very well. Let's try it your way then. I, as you pointed out, did agree to try that first.
While this conversation is underway, perhaps you guys would not be walking already, because while you are talking, Evan also goes
Oh, yeah.
sniffing out what you had just got out from the female
Oh,
owlbear.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember, yes.
Ah, I see that you have already acquired what I need for my love bomb.
Oh, yeah,
I totally forgot.
I mentioned this is happening while Crow.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Like, so
Yeah.
while you guys are talking, Evan eagerly gets the thing out and gets out a little bit of his alchemical supplies, and in a matter of moments begins to distill. He actually sucks out a lot of the smelly musk within this gland, and then spits it out into a potion.
Yeah, that
Begins to
works too.
mix it with some flammable and sticky substances, and then eventually he can present to all of you a we'll call it a love bomb.
Does that take around 10 minutes?
I will say he can have it done quicker than that. But do you want to take 10 minutes to do something?
I'd like to refocus, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Then we will say with this we will tick off another 10 minutes, and you guys can refocus. And I'm not sure if there are anything else that you would like to do in 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes is also what you need to bandage someone up again.
Yeah,
Rowan,
but
right?
then we already do that at the end of the session.
Right.
Yeah, we
So-
did that.
Yeah. Okay. So that is
Can I
all.
just have refocus then?
Yeah.
Maybe because
Oh,
I didn't have
Gotcha.
any wounds.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
plus
Fair.
10 minutes.
Nice.
Okay. So with that, you all head out to try and find the Owlbear matriarch.
Yeah.
So what are the tactics here? Are you going to rely on Evan to lead you there? Are you going to try and aid him perhaps with his survival check? What kind of other things do you wish
Evan
to...
doesn't already know where he is, where the matriarch is.
Evan said that he could lead you to the matriarch, and now that he also saw that this other group apparently already knew where to go,
Yeah.
that seemed pretty... he's probably able to lead you there.
Yeah.
Okay. But like a little bit of aid in that regard might also help. Oh, and we have a wild magic surge.
Oh damn.
Ooh. Oh
Oh
boy.
damn.
So as you begin to track, we are going to resolve that one first.
I take cover.
So...
Let me just dig my grapes. Okay.
All right. Ready for the roll?
Almost. Just
Just
get the list with the
Real
things.
quick question, just to remind myself, what was the plan with the love bomb? You were gonna throw it on.
It was either distract the owlbears already at the matriarch, or try to repel the owlbear with a stink bomb.
Yeah, so you have two bombs.
Yeah.
You have a you already had a stink bomb that is specifically made to scare off owlbears, and you now also have a female pheromone bomb, which will attract male mates. And what you expect is that the matriarch is being wooed by a lot of male suitors. So what you expect is that the matriarch will probably be surrounded by different male owlbears. If you would wish to go toe-to-toe with all of them, you die. Because like that will be like a too large a group of you to take on, because you figure that probably like a dozen or so will be there. But if you could get rid of them or lure the matron away in some certain way, that was like basically...
We can suggest to both.
So look, I'm thinking about Tarush, and I'm like, what if we somehow clumsily drop that love bomb on the other poachers?
Oh,
All the
so
male
weird.
owlbears go to the poachers.
I mean, I'm not sure if I like making this joke. No, I do. Whatever. Like, death by owlbear rape. Like, that's like, these guys will be fucked.
Death by
Wait.
Fusu.
Wait.
The thing is, they're already attracted by a matriarch, and we
Yeah.
just have a normal owlbear.
No, but guys,
I'm not sure it's gonna
I
work.
do have an idea. So as we're brainstorming, like, sorry, let's rewind a little bit because I like brainstorming while we're walking towards
Yeah.
the matriarch.
But also, first off, the wild magic search.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Getting distracted.
go ahead and roll me a d20 to see what kind of beautifulness is in store for all of you.
And.
Oh! Is that a natural 20?
Yeah.
That's
All right. So, as I put on some better music. All right. So
That's a wish, right?
that's a wish.
I can scream everything right now.
So
and it
as you
comes
guys begin to walk, the pheromone bomb has just been dropped into the hands of Jack back, and you begin to discuss what you would like to do. The artifact at the side of Edge begins to rumble a little bit, and as they take it up, this pulse of energy washes over each and every one of you as you find yourself in this timeless but a little bit familiar void as you feel the crackling of arcane energies in the air, literally waiting for you to vocalize what you wish for. You instinctively know that whatever you will utter out next as a phrase of what you want, the universe will accommodate it so, but in the easiest and shortest way possible. So it's not like a monkey paw that it is going to actively try and fuck with you, but it will take the route of least resistance.
I mean, Tarush did it last time, and it turned out well. But I mean, the obvious choice is obvious. We wish for the owlbear matriarch and the owlbear matriarch alone to be teleported to, give or take, 100 feet into the sky right above us.
Right above us.
that.
So they land on you.
Not sure.
No,
if
then we
it's-
could well, let's say 200
I'm
feet.
not sure.
Then we could take the time to just move aside.
I mean, as like you are doing this out of character in your out of character voice.
Yeah,
but do-
absolutely.
But do realize you cannot talk
Yeah.
like this to your fellow
Yeah, that's fair,
people,
that's fair.
right? Because that would be you speaking
I-
Ooh, Amunra going. You can capture her alive. Like I don't know, man. What do you
No,
want to
it
do?
wasn't in the deal, so.
Yeah, so I'll be in character. I say, we have the matriarch easily with this. Or complete and utter incapacitation.
Wait,
Or
isn't it everything we say just counts as a wish?
No,
Whatever will be like a wish is that you need to want something, and as soon as you say like,
like, yeah, if you say, I want this to
Yeah,
happen, or
yeah.
I wish for this, or, so you need to be like, incomplete sentences.
like as if Crone would go, man, I'd rather have this conversation on a full stomach. Boom, there goes your wish. Right? Like those sort of things.
Well, but okay, so we
He's
need
throwing going to give me a dick.
a owlbear somewhere maybe.
What did you say?
No.
We need
Yeah,
an
no, it's
owlbear
too late.
somewhere, maybe.
It's too late. Like, Crystal, he literally explained it to you. And then 2 seconds later,
It is
do you have
very,
ADHD or
it is
something?
very Olaf.
I just wanted to wish for some owlbear matriarch on the ship so that they can capture the other one.
Matriarch on the ship.
All right, so as you begin
But then
to
we
utter,
don't have to fight the other people.
as you
It
begin,
was a good idea.
as you begin to utter those words, I need to have the owlbear somewhere maybe. You can already feel these arcane crackles trying to find purchase on your words. Then you continue with the words, I just wanted it on the airship. At which moment the universe goes, gotcha fam, as a set of sunglasses falls on the universe face. You are back in the world.
You hear Tarus going, no, no, no! Oh,
You just killed an airship.
it's okay, Crystal. What does Ape always say? At least you're pretty.
So,
Yay.
as you all utter these words, you take a couple of steps forward. All of you stop in your track.
Like, honestly, out of character, I love this. I love this
all of you-
incredible fuck up.
All of you go ahead and make a perception check.
This is why I didn't talk last time. Just
Yeah, that was a good idea.
there. Well, he kind of asked us to.
26.
I mean,
26?
Oh, that's very
what
close
did
to
we
the
have
20.
to?
Perception check.
Perception. I have.
22.
22?
I got it.
20.
23.
29.
Oh. All four of you stop dead in your track. Evan sets a couple of steps forward, looks back at you, not really realizing what goes on. All four of your heads go back from whence you came as you gaze through the clearing towards the razor leaf. The ship, what you can now see is just like flying away and then eventually just goes, just dips a little bit as if suddenly a lot of weight had been added to it.
I was kind of hoping here for us to look at it and suddenly just start like this portal opens up above it, like owlbears start falling
Multiple
like lemmings.
The DM did say that it took the shortest way, so it's probably at the bottom of the ship right now.
So, well, what is the easiest? And that would be like teleport spell on the matron, like
Yeah.
just a teleport spell. So, and so you now see the ship dip a little bit, and then begins to rummage back and forth. And during the next few seconds, you see it slowly turn and going back into your direction.
So I run towards the ship.
What do you guys do? What do you guys do?
I still have the spell scroll, I think.
How are we gonna get up? How are we gonna get up on the ship?
Yeah, no,
Willpower.
I mean, I'll.
You need to spend
Tarus looks-
every spell you have to lift
Right,
it up
looking
off
for
the
that.
ground.
I can take it down with like a moonbeam, but
Yeah, Tarus looks like furiously like at Olam's. first the limbs. And he goes, later. And Tarush smacks down his staff and expends his one use of ignite fireworks to shoot up fireworks to show our
Okay,
location.
how much can hippogriffs carry?
I don't know if
person
I-
at most, I think.
I can
I
still
can
summon
go.
it. I can
Maybe
still
two.
summon it.
I can go. I did.
You're the last person to go.
Well, I have a lot of magic. I can do a lot of stuff.
Oh,
But a hippogriff would be very.
oh, but also Amunra to the rescue. A very sturdy magical cage magically forms around the owlbear. Okay, this will help substantially. Thank you.
Rob.
Thank you.
All right, so with that, there will be a lot more hope during this endeavor, but the airship is still like rummaging back and forth as a very angry owlbear matron. Oh, whatever.
It's Santa!
Santa! It's the owlbear. The owlbear is angry. As a very angry owlbear is still in a cage in that ship, the ship is still coming towards you. So, what is the plan here? Are you guys going to try and board the ship and deal with this, deal with this endeavor?
Yeah.
All right. Then, in that case, I would like all of you to go ahead and roll me athletics checks as part of your initiative in this.
I suck
Ooh.
today. It's at the roll now. Okay. Okay. No,
As
that's not
initiative,
work.
right?
As initiative, yes.
Cool, that means I get
I-
2 more points. That will be a 20 for me.
All right.
26.
26.
14.
No Santa.
No, it was an owlbear, just like a baby owlbear. I just like kicked him.
You're not on screen, Charlie, so nobody hears you.
For
Yeah.
people at home, Charlie kicked a baby owlbear.
So, as the entirety of the pack runs back to the small clearing, Tarush jettons up the fireworks display, and you can now hear the screech of the owlbear matron coming from inside the ship as the pulley system is pulled down and the different tiefling deckhands are shouting out to all of you to, "What the fuck is happening? Get up here! It's what the hell is even that?" And you can see that like the ship in the middle of it, where seemingly the owlbear had been teleported to, like in the hold, it also has like this open like opening in the top of it, and through it you can see this magical color spray of purple and blue, as if breathing magical fire coming out of the ship. And as all of you go to climb up on it and deal with this problematic endeavor, I think we will go ahead and take the break now, so I can figure out what this encounter will be.
Yeah. You have a map of the airship.
I have a map of the airship. I got this.
Oh, perfect.
But like this is perfect. Like I had all ideas of where this might go, and it went that way.
And then Crystal plus audience go.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, Amunra, thank you very much for the sturdy cage, because that will make sure that the Razor Leaf has a very good chance of actually surviving this endeavor. If you guys would have broken the Razor Leaf, ooh, the nobles would not be
It was not
happy
in
with
contract.
you.
Nothing was mentioned.
No,
in
but they would be
contract.
very mad. They would be very mad.
But
yeah.
that, like, it would have then escalated.
Yep.
I see it happening, just escalating to us having to wipe out several noble houses in Farwater. Like,
Oh,
well,
well.
it's gonna make Indigo look, or what their name was.
Indigo.
No.
It's gonna make that look like an absolute, like, little spring play, you know. It's
And a
gonna-
moose woosh.
You
Guess
gotta do
we'll
what
have
you
to
gotta
overthrow the
do.
government.
Oh.
All right, but so yeah, we will set up here. We will take 15 minutes, and in 8:15, we will continue the shenanigans. And now you will at least have the rest of the crew at your disposal to aid in your battle against the owlbear matron.
See, I helped them.
So hell yeah. And you won't have to have it picked up because the carcass will already be inside the ship.
So they're like, what were you thinking? We're like, we were just thinking what the quickest way would be.
You're welcome.
How bold of you to assume that we were thinking. See you guys in 15. And we're back. So, to quickly jump back into the game, last we left off, our heroes were hunting owlbears and were slowly but surely coming upon their most favorite prize, namely the matron of this herd. At this time of year, the owlbears gather for mating season before, after that, entering into a nice little hibernation. So they're basically doing all the 3 F's right now. Feeding, fighting, and fucking. And speaking of who's getting fucked, as a wild magic stirred bestowed upon us by the chat, thank you very much for that, and your points went all the way to a natural 20. And I'm sorry, I keep looking at you. And the wild magic stirred turned into an actual wish that the party could vocalize. Olam went a little bit overboard, or should I say inboard, as she vocalized that she would really like the owlbear to just be like somewhere, or I guess maybe I tried to have it in the ship. At which point the universe said, aha! I understand those words. And boom, the owlbear got teleported into the razor leaf. Luckily, Amunra was there to save the day, as via a nice little contribution to our stream, a magical cage immediately was also summoned into being underneath the ship. However, there, within this cage, the owlbear matron still rages on. And as you are the guys freaking being paid to kill these bitches, the Razor Leaf and its crew quickly got back to you, picked you up, and now we are at the moment that all of you are climbing back onto the airship to deal with these shenanigans. So, as we turn to our battle map, here we see the Razor Leaf with, for the time being, I would just say that all of you are climbing like on the side of the ship, so I've just put you all there. Our good friend Charlie over there has the visuals for Edge, so they can also be of assistance to us. And as you one by one begin to climb on top of the ship, the captain on the helm trying to make sure that this airship doesn't crash into the ground with this gigantic beast raging within the underbelly of the ship, he shouts towards you, "What the hell is all of this? Go do your fucking job! Alright, ladies, it is this or crashing, so you better stay on your toes and make sure that none of us hit the deck." And with that, he needs to use 2 of his actions to make sure that the ship doesn't crash, but he also uses his no quarter ability. So with that, everybody within 20 feet of him, for this radius, will get a +1 to any +1 status bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls. Until the end of the next, the start of the captain's next turn. But basically Percival is just going to keep shouting like orders and using his other 2 actions to do that. So he will be basically stationary, but do know that as a sort of like leader of this vessel, he can aid you a little bit in your endeavors. With that being said,
What was it again?
sorry,
What was it
a
again?
+1 to any attack and damage rolls.
But you're not in there yet, so...
No, but for later.
All right. Oh, and also before I forget, there we go. We also need to add a turn to the artifact. Because as we are in combat, the artifact can bestow all kinds of small bonuses or penalties. To just reiterate for a moment, we already have some hero points and anti-lucks in the bank. I still have 2 hero points, I still have 2 anti-lucks, so I can hinder my players twice. And I see that Edge, Tarush, Crowan, and Olam all have a hero point. So the only one that doesn't have a hero point right now is you, Jack. I'm sorry, you already used yours.
I'm crying.
All right. So, with that being said, we are ready for combat. And as the artifact is starting to power up, Percival has done his deed as the captain of the ship. We turn ourselves to Olam. Your feline dexterity makes it easy for you, it seems, to climb up on the ship, and eventually you find yourself on the ledge. And what you see before you is that the different 3 tiefling deckhands are doing their own thing, trying to not die, and the owlbear matron is inside the ship. So you can see like there's this this rack underneath, so where you can look through, and there you can see that this almost translucent magical green cage summoned to us by Amun-Ra is holding the beast in place. But still, though, the owlbear could like breathe some kind of magic out of it. And what you now also see is this is a big mama. The owlbear is a huge creature. What you can see is that she has like a large scar over her entire face, leaving her left eye a little bit glacy. Like she has been into some rough and tumble situations. But what you also see is that from her back, at a couple of points, you find like these, like it almost seems as like condensed magical like bolts or arrows just sticking out of her as a sort of like pincushion. At some places you count like half a dozen of those small points that just pierce out of her her fur, and you see that her feathers are going from all the way to almost black deep blue to this vibrant indigo coloration, giving it a real like magical Feywild feel to this beast. And it is mad. It does not like where it was. Like, she was having this orgy with like 3 different owlbears going down on her, and she was so close. You ruined her orgasm, okay? This is not okay. She's not having a good day.
And
what do you do?
She's like, I have several young. like, I just birthed them. I'm creating some new ones. I've got a nest of eggs also. And now I have no fucking idea where I am. I would be relieved.
Right?
Now she goes like with, yo, I am straight up not having a good time right now. What do you do?
I'm gonna moonbeam her ass.
Kadoosh. All right, so what does that mean?
That means that I
Wait,
make
what-
a spell attack roll.
May I ask a question before you?
Yeah.
Like positioning wise, I see us being on the edge of the ship here.
Yeah. So basically, because you guys are climbing up, I will say at the start of your turn, you start right there as you get to the top of the ship.
Okay, so
Oh, so
Standing
maybe-
or climbing?
presumably at least one action to like get.
I
Yeah.
would say, like, I would
I
at
can
least
do
use one of your actions to get yourself in a better position than
Yeah.
on the fucking edge of
And
this.
then we have a grate
Yeah.
looking downwards
Exactly.
at the mate.
There, exactly.
Okay.
Can I stand over here?
Yeah, you can.
I understand things now. Like,
Yeah. So Olam moves to right over here.
Maybe one step back.
One step back, right over there.
No, the other way. Like,
There?
yeah.
Right. You also had another square of movement, so you could get all the way over here to like the staircase going up to the captain's pedestal, like getting yourself away a little bit. But
Don't worry.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
fine. Yep. Then
Right.
I'll make a attack roll
Mhm.
with my spell attack. I did have a.
right now you are in the range of Percival's orders, so you get a
Is it
+1 to
+1?
this one.
No, I'm going to use my hero point.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and reroll.
That's not better. So that's 18.
18 misses, I'm afraid. Even though the matron is stuck in the cage, you also take a couple of steps back to make sure that you are at a safe distance, and the moonbeam You take a look up and you see like the shimmering silver moon up in the sky. Saloon is with you this day, your goddess. And as it begins to flare up, this beam goes down and it hits like the grate and moves across it a little bit, but not focused enough, it seems, on the owlbear to actually do some damage.
That's all I can do.
Alright. Then, the owlbear matron is going to try and do some stuff. So, I will say she is at least going to use one of her actions to try and break free from the cage that Amunra has summoned. So for this, I will say, because the artifact levels up with you, so the artifact is also level 5, that would bring the total to a... the artifact is awesome, so she needs to make a 25 on her athletics check to break out of the cage.
That'd be fine.
Which she doesn't with the 24.
Oh.
So for one action, she tries to get out of it, and doesn't really seem to work. However, at that point, she gazes at you, Olam, and 3 of like the darts that stick out of her fur just go, and 3 arcane missiles go towards you. So, and arcane missiles automatically hit.
It has a missile launcher on its back in the form of pointy feathers?
Mm-hmm. Well,
What
not
kind
feathers.
of organic machine of war is this creature?
Not
Jesus
feathers.
Christ,
It
I
seems
love
it seems to be some sort of strange arcane infused owlbear. Like the feathers also not going towards the standard whites or brown, but going to like the dark blue and
Yeah.
purples.
I love it.
You take a total of clean 10 points of damage.
Is that physical damage?
That's force damage.
So you don't have the reduction?
No.
No. Well, it's
Dropping you
not
to
that-
dropping you to 42
Yeah.
points of hitting.
53.
Oh, you're down to 53?
Yeah.
Oh wait, then I don't have the right amount of hit points.
I got 63 max.
Oh, goody. Let me change that. 63. There we go. Still
Well-
have old numbers over here in this farm. All right, but that is all that it can do. Oh no, wait. Excuse me. Heal back 3 hit points because it used 1 action to try and break free, and then 2 actions to shoot 2.
Oh.
So you're
So
back
again,
at
56.
I thought you meant that it was healing 3 hit points. I was like,
no,
"Ah!"
no.
Wait, but we didn't damage.
That is all that it can do for now, as we turn our attention to Jack. As you see Olam run to the side, you are now also climbed up. You saw 2 arcane missiles, or magic missiles, sorry, soar off of the owlbear matron's back.
I think I'm gonna move to the other side of Olan.
All right. To the other side, can you point on the map where you want to be?
On
Right
the
over
screen.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right over there.
remind me again what the aura is. Does?
The aura gives you a +1 to all your attack and damage rolls.
Cool.
So if you try to roll a d20 to hit something with it, either be it a normal weapon attack or with a spell attack, you get a +1. And the damage is also increased by 1.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot some grim tendrils down the hole.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all right.
Which asks for a fortitude save from you.
Fortitude?
And I have to.
like a nice one-liner. I feel like grim tendrils should.
No, we're not gonna make the I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Let's see here. Fortitude. Mama's big. Has a 20.
A 20 against my spell DC,
Mhm.
right? That is actually a fail.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
Yeah, because I'm gonna check it real quick. Yeah, that's a 20. My spell DC is a 21.
Nice. Yeah, she rolled really low.
So it takes a full 2 points of damage. I didn't roll too great, but it also takes 1 point of persistent bleed damage.
And
Alright.
+1 damage because you're in the aura.
Plus 1 damage as
Yeah,
well.
all your damage rolls are increased by 1 as
In
well.
that case, it takes 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
And 1 point of persistent bleed damage.
All right, so that'll be a nice little added thing because what kind of bleed damage does it take? Like how much?
One.
1 point.
Just the 1. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sadly it only takes 1.
So I'll just put like a red mark with it right there, so we know that it's bleeding. So we can keep track of that.
Baloosh.
Okay. At which point we turn our attention to Ren, the first mate. Let me take a look what he is going to do. After which we have Crowan, so be on the lookout. Yeah, Ren is not gonna come any closer right now. Although he does take like a couple of steps to the... Oh no, wait. He was already on the ship, so you would see right now. He is holding like a whatchamacallit? A naval pike at his side. Like this a rope on the end of it, like pointed metal up front, but like with this one hook at the side is mostly used like for fishing. But he's holding it at the ready, at range to be, I don't know, like ready to strike. But right now he puts it to the side for a moment and just gets like a couple of daggers out and just goes trying to do something to this beast. Like, look, he's not really sure what the fuck is going on over here.
I didn't say, I just rolled 17 for edge.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. But is Edge participating?
We
You see edge on the map?
Yeah, I see Edge. on the
Yeah,
map.
we said they were.
Oh, okay. So that's just.
Yeah,
My
so
bad.
17. Oh, that's totally fine. Then Edge is just
Exactly.
after Ren. So let me get them right over there. So the first one comes in at a 21 but misses, and the second one is even lower than that, so misses also. So with that, both of the daggers, like they enter the grate, but seemingly can't find purchase through the grate, through the cage of force, and into the skin of the owlbear matron. So that is all that he wrote right now. Which brings us to Edge then.
Okay. Should I just control Edge?
Yeah, I have the stats, but
I also
go
have
ahead.
stats right now, so I'm okay. So I think Edge is gonna do what Edge does best. What are the mates here doing? Are they also fighting the?
Right now, they are not having their turn yet. Although you do make a just roll me a perception check real quick, just like a sort of insight in what they are about to do.
I have a 16.
16. They seem pretty scared. Like they are. This is a bare bones crew that was put on the razor.
They're not threatening, so.
They are.
They need to focus on keeping the ship functioning. I feel like best thing right now is Edge moves to the grating and shoots lightning.
Yeah, because right now they are not threatening yet because the owlbear is below deck.
It's below deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Edge. Would Edge play it safe though?
Like,
I mean,
Edge
right-
is impulsive, but not dumb, per se. Well,
Right now, there is a grate and a cage between them and the owlbear matron. So getting close right now is pretty much impossible, except if Edge would go to the door in the ship right here and try to get underneath the ship and into the hold.
But could Edge punch the Albert downwards if she went there? No.
There's
hanging over the edge.
there's the
Grate.
grate.
If they win.
There's the grate, which is about like this thick, and then you have a cage where this beast is in.
okay.
Their arm
So-
can't even reach.
The Albert can't also reach Edge.
Nope.
Either. Oh, so I think Edge is just gonna go if Edge can go inside the aura and as well be able to shoot lightning at
30 feet range.
Yeah, so that would be okay.
So basically gonna place there.
All right, so right over there and.
And then strike twice with the thing. Can Edge use the thing
No,
twice?
it's a 2-action spell. I have it right here.
Yeah, but I
Oh no,
think-
wait! It's 1 action.
Right,
Yeah,
the,
you're right.
their
My bad.
version is.
So
Because
twice.
Edge has the special thing.
It's gonna miss the first time.
All
I rolled a five.
It's a plus 11.
Yeah, it's
Roll
still
it.
a 5 I roll. So.
Cool.
Second one is 4. So no.
Yeah.
No.
So it seems that the grate and the cage together is just enough as a lightning lure to get the electricity in it instead of into the matron itself. Which brings us to you, Crowan.
Coin is just gonna go a bit sideways to there, next to the other guy.
All right.
So
Like
one
next,
more.
so right over there, or on the other side.
No, this works.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's gonna coat one of his bolt with the black elevator.
Ah, very good. All right. So as you begin to walk over there, you get like the poison valve, poop, uncork it, like dip it over your bolts, and as you're standing there, you want to make an attack.
It's a 2-action.
Okay, so you're just getting ready for that right now. At which point the different deckhands are all going to have their turn. As you just go like, what the hell did you do? Why is the beast here?
What did you think it's us?
And right now they're just basically a little bit flabbergasted and also like looking around, not really sure what to do. At which point the captain shouts at them. So let's see here. Ooh, all right. So nope. Right now they are not having a good time. This one is just going to move back over there. This one is going to use a couple of actions to get up there, like up the stairs and around the corner to get to a little bit of a safe position. And this guy right here, Cadium, is also getting a little bit closer to just like take a look over there, but that is all that they are going to do. And Tarush, which brings us to you.
So Tarush, he left his staff on the ground in the forest. He's already having... No, he's not. But he just had enough difficulty climbing as it is with the thing. So he's like climbing up. His armor is heavy. Like Tarush is a strong guy, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not. Well, no, he's just not. He's never practiced climbing a rope because what Noble does, you know. So he's climbing up, and he's like grabs himself. He grabs the ledge, drags himself over the edge. He's like sweating and very like he's obviously very irritated with the entire situation, having to climb a fucking rope up to a flying ship. So he's standing there like metal ringing and screeching against each other as his armor plates land on the ship. And he stands there as his first action, I guess. He just moves here. And his second action is, I'm going to just make an intimidate check. Or a diplomacy check. I feel like a diplomacy check against the crew.
Against the crew. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you wish to reason with the matron?
Yeah, no.
You're against the crew, right? Yeah? All right, what do you want to do?
He says, yes, this is a scary situation, but would you prefer us crashing down in addition to fighting the owlbear? Focus on your jobs, crewmates, and we shall focus on ours.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy.
18 plus! That's 29, bitches.
At which point, like the captain, like also seating himself a little bit, nods at you and goes, "You heard the man. Get back to your posts. We will keep this ship airborne. You make sure that that beast goes down."
Yes, and also, sorry.
And
It's our
We
fault.
didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, just like, it's a very plain, like, in court of law, it would be, I'm sorry for the situation, not I'm sorry and I assume responsibility. You know, it's like, there's a difference. So Tarush, his last action, I don't need my staff right now. He focuses and he starts pulling apart, at first nothing, as he pulls open this tiny little portal. Just this tiny little void portal going nowhere, as I use meta magic reach spell.
all right, so you're gonna make sure that your next spell that you cast on your next turn has a little bit more reach.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And Apricot Jampots is here to make sure that the real hungry ones among us get fed. As we turn our attention to the second round of combat, the artifact doesn't bestow any bonus upon you, but do make sure that you realize, Jack, that you now also have a hero point.
Yeah.
Because Chronies B has bestowed one upon you. Alright, so every one of you has a hero point, and I have 2 anti-lucks at my disposal as we turn towards Percival once again, who, like I said, is going to do the exact same thing that he has been doing up until now. After which we go to Olam. Right now, because the matron is still captured, he doesn't have to make any checks to make sure that the ship doesn't like break apart or anything. But, Olam, what do you do?
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to do Inner Radiance Torrent for 2 rounds.
Okay,
Alright, you're gonna do the Kamehameha, man.
no,
Yeah.
Alright. Do realize one thing. After you have now cast your Moonbeam, because there's like a decrease in elevation, the Owlbear Matron is stuck in the cage, but you are also trying to fire through the grate and through the cage, which is like giving an advantage and a disadvantage that are canceling each other out. If you would go stand right above her and go, it would be way easier to hit her, but then of course you would be way more close, and if she breaks out, then there might also be a problem.
But
Yeah,
it's
well, I can't move because
Right,
I
but
have,
you have to use the
3
three
turns
actions.
and
Yeah,
then 3
yeah,
turns
yeah, yeah.
again. So this
Fair
is
enough.
where I'll be
Yep.
stuck.
All right. Which brings us to the matron, who is once again going to try and get Frick out. God damn it! That is a 22.
not enough.
That's not enough.
No.
So right now, no real damage has been done by either Tarouche or Crone to the beast. So it is going to try and get out an additional time and just begins to trash against the cage. But it is considered an attack, so she gets a -5 to this one. But it is a natural 20 here on the die.
Ah!
So with her second action, she bangs and bonks against the cage of force, at which point all of you can see these whips of green energy move from the grave. As the cage that Amun-Ra had gifted all of you has now broken into pieces. Oh, at this moment in time, as you begin to hear this beast make some noise, you also realize that you do not have your earmuffs on.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of you, because you've also been talking to each other,
Yeah.
all of you can take an action to put them on again. You do realize that. But now the owlbear is going to make an attack against the grate up above, because he's just going to try and get out. I actually have here wood, has wood, iron, steel,
Same.
something like that. Okay, so that would be, yeah, that's a hit. So the owlbear begins to do some damage against the grating. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So there it is.
How ungrateful of her.
13 points of damage. No, wait. 17 points of damage against the grating. As you see one of the owlbear's claws just and rip down a piece of the grating as it is slowly but surely trying to claw its way out of its confined space.
Special thanks coming through.
The grating is still holding for now, but it is almost at its broken threshold already.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost like another 2 or maybe 3 if you're lucky of these strikes, and the grating is completely broken and the owlbear can move out of it. Which brings us to Jack.
I'm gonna put my earmuffs on.
Alright,
like putting on headphones, I have them around my neck and I just...
yeah, so one action to, and everything goes quiet for Jack.
And after that, I would like to cast Sickening or Stinking Cloud.
Oh, the owlbear also has 3 points of persistent bleed damage that it takes,
Oh, yeah.
and it needs to make a flat 15 check to stop bleeding, which is a 12, so the bleeding continues. All right, sorry.
Points?
Right, it was 3 points.
No, one.
Oh, it's the 1. Oh, sorry.
That's true.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna cast Stinking Cloud inside the
What is
downstairs
the
room.
radius of Stinking Cloud?
It's a 20-foot burst.
20-foot burst. Oh, so that's 20 foot in all directions.
So far.
I think it will also come.
It will also come out, yeah.
Well, yeah, I got nothing.
No.
I was like, no, I can't think of a way.
I will-
to lawyer myself up.
I will say though, like Jack, you can do one of two things. You can cast it from where you are right now, and the point of origin needs to be in your sights,
Yeah.
right? So you can cast it where you are right now, and then you need to cast it like above the ship, because that is the only thing you can see, or a little bit down. So then you would have like the stinking cloud being everywhere. If you walk a little bit over there and cast it all the way to the bottom of the ship, because the hold goes to all the way to the bottom, then we would have the stinking cloud like only like 5 feet above the grating. So then all of you would be safe.
May I suggest a location? If you choose, look on the map. If you choose there, but then 5 feet down, it would be cut off from going to edge because there's 4 in between.
I think all of these sorts of spells, the same with fireball and the like, they go around corners. Yeah.
Sad.
They're like
I-
raptors and
In that
door
case, I
handles.
think I'm not gonna put on my earmuffs. And I'm gonna use that action to move
Yeah.
All right.
closer and then cast it down.
Yeah, so basically you can move like, for example, over here.
Make
Yeah,
it
I think-
back.
And then you can cast it all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the only one that is going to be affected is the owlbear, unless you decide to basically step on top of the grate. But that would be like.
I think that's gonna be the plan.
All right, nice. All right. So what does Stinking Cloud do?
It needs a fortitude save again.
All right. Which why do I keep rolling so low? Although I do think that it makes its fortitude save with a +2, 15 is 23 this time.
Yeah. In that case, it's just sickened 1.
Okay, but it is sickened.
Yeah.
Ooh, all
Only
right.
a critical save would save. This
All
beast.
right. And it can't get out of the cloud, so it's going to stay sickened. Hell yeah. Good job, Maxine.
Yeah.
Okay, so sickened is like this like sad face is sickened. Like, aw, I don't want to be sickened.
I want to be healthy.
I want to be happy. I don't want to be sick. Aw. I want to fuck. Aw. All right, so that was your turn. As we turn our attention to Ren, I will say as the rest of the crew is now being commanded to make sure that the ship stays in the air, Percival goes to his first mate and goes, Ren, we got this. Go aid as best as you can. Sir! And the bird folk is, let's see here, it doesn't have the best of ranged skills, but ooh, alright, but it can use his command ability. So what he's going to do is he's going to try and throw another dagger. That is one thing that he tries to do. Ooh, goody. That is a 30 to hit, so that'll hit.
Nice.
For a total of, let's see here, 8 points of damage, which is nice. And after that, he is going to move up a little bit, right over there. And he is going to use his command ability on, I think, you, Crowan. The bosun orders an ally to attack or get in position. Until the end of the ally's next turn, they gain a +2 status bonus to attack rolls or a +10 status bonus to their speed. So basically, as the bird folk takes a couple of steps, floats down a little bit on his wings, throws a dagger at the owlbear matron, hits it in the head, angry at it. It looks at you and goes, "Go now, an opening!" And with that, you have a +2 status bonus to attack rolls
Okay.
on your next turn. All right. That being said, Edge is also having a turn.
Edge is gonna stand next to Tarouche with her movement.
All right.
There.
Right over there.
So, is there now clear line of sight that Olan can shoot and not hit any friends?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, so Throwing does not have to. Just go.
No.
And Edge is gonna just zap twice again.
Go
First
ahead.
one. It's 24.
24 hits.
Damage was sorry, I missed that one.
A +1 to damage. +1 to any damage roll. So
Right.
basically,
No, damage from the
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
sorry.
it means damage entirely.
means
That's
scusi,
1d6
scusi.
plus 4.
One-
Now 5.
now 5. That is 8 damage.
8 points of damage on the first
And
attack.
next strike is it's
Minus 5.
that's 22.
22 misses, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
As this time the electricity once again, it does hit the matron, but it just goes scattering across the vast amount of feathers and fat that she has without doing any real damage. Which brings us to Crowan.
Okay, Crown's just gonna load the bolt, and that takes 2 actions and shoot with the crossbow bolt.
All right.
Yeah. That's not gonna hit. It's not gonna use my reroll.
All right, so you're going to use your hero point on this one?
Exactly the same.
Ah.
So, I don't get an advantage from being close, right? No, eh?
No, I'm afraid not.
So it's just a 20 to hit.
20, well, with the +2 that Ren gave you?
What's the plus of that round game?
Yeah, alright, so then that still misses, I'm afraid. So with that, as you fire the bolt coated in poison, the matron seems to already like hold you in the corner of their glazy eye, and as the bolt goes out, it just snaps out of the mid-air and the beak bites at it and cuts it in half.
Matron.
All right. At this point, the different deckhands are just going to do their thing, and we go back to Tarush. Tarush, first off, go ahead and make me a perception check real quick.
4 plus... That's 13.
13, all right. Like, with your diplomacy from last round, taking a look at the different deckhands, you do realize that if you would want them to instead aid you in combat, you could probably convince them to do so. But right now, the ship isn't in any real trouble to maintain its level. But if that does arrive, then yeah, perhaps then they should better be put to use. But it's your choice. You have the...
Yeah.
You understand that you like, oh damn, it seems like that my words carry some weight around here.
I like the thought, or at least Tarush does. But he does have a sense of like there's a pride bit involved. He feels like we should take care of this.
You should be the one to make the kill.
It is above them to fight this, and it is beneath us to need their help. So Tarush, he stands there, and he's with two hands, with his two metal gloved hands, he's holding open this tiny portal, and he's shaking as he then says some words in Draconic and sticks his hand into the portal, as his hand just appears right next to the owlbear matron, and just like the gloved hand just goes boop, boink, and I cast Vampiric Touch. And it makes a Fortitude save.
Tarush, where do you boop the owlbear matron?
I say, I mean,
Got your nose.
it's very tempting, isn't it? Like, that's also the beacon, its most lethal weapon. But, so, no, in fact, motherfucker.
Ooh, the one that's glazed over, or
No,
the
the
good one?
functioning one.
Ooh, all right. So
From the living eye.
I will say that if I roll a critical fail, it will have some problems for the matron's vision. So what is the fortitude save on that one?
That's DC 22, so it's not very
22. All right. It has a plus 15. So it
no,
needs a natural one.
Well, no,
Never tell me the
the thing
other.
you gave me. Wait, let me
Yeah?
read it just to be sure. The conducting gauntlet. You cast a spell first level or higher with the range of touch. I enhance the range.
I mean, it's still a spell that has a touch range, so I'll allow it. So
I will abuse this.
yeah, no, it's good.
Okay.
It's okay.
In that case, 23.
23,
Because
all
I
right.
used the conducting gauntlet.
So plus 15 needs to roll an 8 or higher, but if it has a natural 1, then you basically blind the bitch.
Yay! No.
Oh, all right, but that is a 7, so it does roll a fail.
Just a regular fail.
Regular fail.
Perfect. I have it open. There we go. Okay, so to be honest, I didn't actually expect this to work. So let me because of our previous thing that Vincent pointed out, like fortitude is a bad thing to target on monsters, but they're my main damaging spells.
Paid off.
66.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
6, 12, 14, 16. That's 18 damage.
18 points of damage.
Negative damage if it matters.
The level.
As if the damage wasn't negative enough already.
And I gain half of that, so 9 as temporary hit points.
Nice. All right, so you are back up to 30 hit points total?
Uh,
Or where were you?
yeah, 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 9 of which are temporary, so I'll let you know afterwards.
All right.
So with that, Tarush, he kind of screams. It costs a lot of focus as he pulls his hand back out, and the portal just closes again. And he then figures as the owlbear is getting more and more aggressive. Wrong button. He moves to the side.
Run
and
away!
leans against the ballista, just almost falling down, but not quite, as he just expends a lot of energy, not just climbing up, but then doing this. He's just catching his breath.
Very well. All right, which brings us to the artifact. As on the side of Edge, I think they still carry the artifact. The green icosahedron begins to pulse, boom, as a burst of vagrant energy douses all of you in magical goodness. As Amunra has bestowed upon you a pulse, so the next d20 that you roll gets a +5 to it, to hopefully turn the tides in your favor.
It's already in our favor. What are you talking about? You're doing great.
Percival is doing his thing, at which point we go to Olam.
I'd like to have 5 more d4s, please.
Boy, for you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
Then 3.
There we go. Do want them back right after this one, because otherwise we'll lose a dice.
Fine.
Okay, so you are going to do some heavy shit.
Yes, you have to make a basic reflex.
Basic reflex. All right, so we will roll this one in the open as well, because fuck it, why not? What is the DC that it needs to make?
21.
21. All right. It has a +9, so it needs a 12 or higher. This one.
Alright. Oh, that's good.
Oh,
It's a 13, so that's a 22 total. So it does, so it does take half damage.
Got out a d4.
Like the chaotic nature of the magic within this owlbear seems to twist fate into exactly the other direction. Fortitude saves it should make, but it doesn't. Reflex saves it should fail, but it does.
All the counting. Why do I keep doing this? This is 5, is 9, 13, 14, 15, 16.
A lot of counting is on its way.
16, 20,
She is
23,
over the
26, 30, 31, 35,
She's almost there.
38.
I'm giving some update for the people.
Yeah, no. Maxim's
No.
narration.
She is very close.
I am totally not. Okay.
I think a number is
30. 41 is a 44.
44 points of damage, half to 22, but still a hefty sum.
That is a blow.
As the Kamehameha blast exits your hands and bursts deep into the feathers of the owlbear.
Hey, speaking of Kamehameha, has anyone
this one
been
is
watching Dragon Ball Super here?
No.
No, Dragon
They have
Ball
another
Super
one
about
though. No.
Oh,
Sorry.
I've watched all of it, and it is. I mean, it's not good in terms of storytelling and shit,
Is it not super?
but I mean, dude, the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, definite
one?
recommendation because that is just it is fucking awesome combat fighting wise.
I am a weeb, so
That
who knows?
choreography, my dude.
May I ask, what was the radius around Olam? Yeah.
5 feet, because right now you begin to sparkle,
Oh!
right?
Oh!
Oh.
2 more damage because I. Oh no, 1 more damage because I am with 24.
One more. Oh yeah. Beep, beep.
Yay!
One more damage.
But
What
the
do I do?
sparkling, it wasn't a focus power, right? It was just a regular spell.
No, but right now if
I
you
get sparkly, and if
Yeah.
someone I enter the shining state for 1 minute, causing you to glow with light, and deal 1 force damage to creatures that end their turn adjacent to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So not only did you do the Kamehameha blast, but you have now also gone Super Saiyan, and you are indeed shining like a diamond.
Like
And
a diamond in the sky.
So Ren and Cadium, like standing next to you, both go like, "What the fuck is that?" As you, the galaxy on your fur begins to shine. Is with you this day in a red glow. So they need to get the heck out of Dodge. That being said, however, we go to the owlbear matron's turn. As she is still first trying to get out of this.
She's enfeebled right now,
Hey,
right?
I'm sorry, but did we mention the pulse?
Oh right, yeah, you get a +5
But she
to.
didn't roll
D20.
anything.
But you
Yeah.
didn't roll a d20. No. so
Yeah,
that's-
no. I just in general, like I know it didn't count for you.
Oh yeah, we I did
Okay.
mention a pulse. All right, so that is a natural 19 on the die for a critical hit on the great.
That's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be good.
Well, it's gonna be great for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after you did this hefty amount of damage, also I can't really hear the music on our side. Is it?
Yeah, you can turn
it
it
up
up
a little bit?
I,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my sound filtering is
Yeah.
good.
It is
Alright.
playing though.
Thanks again.
Yeah.
Diego.
You guys hear something?
Yeah, really.
yeah.
So.
All right. Then if it could go up a little bit for me, then I have a little bit of
It
the
can be
ambience.
quite a bit.
All right. So with that, the owlbear matron's claw just comes out of the grate and just opens it up completely. You can hear gung gung gung. A couple of pieces of wood, splinter, metal fall to the ground, and with that, two of the claws come upward as the head of the matron pulls itself up, and with that, you can hear not a screech come from this beast, but as a blast of arcane energy, a breath weapon is jetted outward towards you, Tarush, because you were the one that was, and Olam.
Oh.
So that is
After both
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so Tarush, Ren, Olam, and I'm gonna say Cadium with a bonus, all need to go ahead and make reflex saves for me.
Well.
Got you out of there, Ed.
So, Ren.
Fine.
Yes.
23.
Just a moment. Ren. Let's see here. Where is the? Oh, there it is. Fails. And Cadium. Ooh, there my dice has gone away. 15 plus 8. Just makes it. All right. So cool.
23.
23. Success.
20 fucking 5.
Ooh, success. All right, so everybody succeeds except for Ren. However, you do take a total of 23 halved to 11 points of force damage, each and every one of you.
Force?
Ren takes
Yeah.
It's not fire?
No, no.
Okay.
This is just pure arcane energy that this beast begins to spout out of its
11?
mouth hole. 11, yes.
That leaves me at 19.
19. All right. Who drew the square?
Oh yeah, I did. It was to demonstrate the. But I can delete
Oh, dear.
it again.
That's my fault.
Oh, it was just not plugged in properly.
Oh, it wasn't plugged in correctly.
I can pull it a bit.
Oh dear. Oh, you.
Oh no, only you can delete all the drawings. Apparently, it's
Right.
the.
Oh, I can only delete all the drawings.
Just keep on drawing and drawing.
And there we go. It's gone again. All right. So, with that,
Don't make me draw P9.
I can.
it's not really working so well on this table, is it?
Anyhow,
Anyhow.
was encouraging me. Please make
I
us
would
stop because
never.
I will
Okay.
draw a P9. A lot of them.
And I need to
Multiple
roll.
P9s.
All right. So,
P9 is plural, yeah.
and after the breath weapon has been depleted, we go to Jack.
I am going to put on my muffs, my ear muffs,
All right.
and I am going to cast electric arc, I believe. Yeah, I think
Ooh,
that
goody.
will be a smart plan.
Don't you have a single target with higher damage?
I'm pretty out of. I'm getting a bit out of spells.
Have you
Yeah,
cast
just
Speaking Cloud
check
or
it.
have you done
I
something else?
yeah, I've cast Sickening Cloud already.
Oh yeah.
Stinking Cloud.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try this, and then next time, just a spoiler, next time I'm gonna summon an animal because I can also still do that.
Oh.
But for now, it needs to make a basic reflex save.
All right. Which is going to be a 15.
That's it.
No, plus 2, 17, but still.
That's a fail.
Would figure so, yes.
So it's let's see, 4, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Oh yeah, plus my spellcasting. That's 8 points would be plus 4. That's 12 points of damage. actually.
12 points
Yeah.
of damage. As the electricity courses from your fingers into the flesh of the owlbear matron. All right, those are 2 actions. You still have 1 left, I think.
No, those are 3 in total. I do
okay.
get the air muffs,
Oh, right, the air.
and then
yes.
2 actions for the spell. Yeah.
Okay. With that, Ren wasn't able to dodge out of the way of this breath weapon of the matron. So he is not looking too happy about that.
Not feeling it.
With half of his hit points down in just one attack. So the boy is going to move out of the way, right over there. Is, let's see here, is this time going to command Edge to do some hitting. So Edge gets a +2 to their attack rolls for the next turn. And then is, just going to get one of his 2 final daggers and also throw it at the matron, which is now a little bit more easily seen, but no. The dagger just goes bing, bouncing off of the feathery fur of this beast. As we go to Edge.
Now, Edge cannot go punch, right?
Edge can punch. Yeah.
Okay, so first the EMAs,
Mm-hmm.
then punch.
Punch.
That's gonna fail, the first one, and the second one. Which are both, ooh. It's gonna be, less than 20, so.
Alright, so the beast,
A
now with both of the arms on the deck, is a valuable target for Edge's melee hits. But nonetheless, this beast is very vast and difficult to see where the blows might actually really pack a punch. So for now,
I'm thinking
they're just exploring a
Edge
little
still
bit.
has one last action, and I'm thinking Edge is going to do a Hail Mary and try to intimidate it.
All right.
His basically I hit that, but with actual behind it.
Against the will DC of this beast.
Ooh, that's 18 on the die, and her Edge's intimidation. Am I still looking at Edge? Yes, it's 11, so that's 29.
29, yeah, that'll be enough. So with that, the matron is officially intimidated as it takes a look around and sees that it is assailed from all sides, being bamfed here from a nice little friendly neighborhood orgy to only being targeted by all kinds of offensive spells. And you are doing some real damage.
It's not a critical success, right?
Not a critical success. No. But still, frightened 1. So for the next turn, until the start of its next turn, it'll be frightened for 1. Yeah.
Do I get it? Like, yeah. No, there's no mechanic for that in this game, like seeing if it's bloodied or whatever.
I mean, you can. I'll give you like a medicine check to see how far gone it is.
Yeah. I don't have that. I'm just trying to. I'm brainstorming my strategy.
Okay. Coin's turn?
Yes.
Okay, Coin's gonna drop the crossbow, switch to his dagger and knife.
All right.
Is that one action worth of?
Yeah, we will say 1 action to like draw.
I mean dagger and mace, not dagger and knife.
That's a little bit of homebrewing niceness because normally it would take 2 actions to draw 2 different things.
Otherwise, I would just draw.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's much more reasonable that if you're grabbing 2 things with 2 hands, you can do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense.
Technically, you need a feat for that, like with dual weapon mastery and the like. But for now, we are just saying like we're doing a little bit of things.
Fun fact: the original Pathfinder, I don't think this one has it, but the first edition, it had a rule that if you had a BAB of I think it was 2 or more, maybe 3, that if you charge, you get to automatically draw your weapon as well during the charge.
Okay, so I'm gonna activate my dagger of venom. So if I hit, it's gonna have to make a fortitude save. So
all right, let's see what happens.
Okay, I'm not sure how it works if I miss the attack. Let's see. How does that work?
The poison can only work if you actually hit an attack.
Yeah, you need
but it's once per day. But does that mean if I miss my attack, the next attack I do is also?
It says on the card that you keep the poison until you hit, or a minute, I think.
Okay, so I'm gonna try again, basically with my last action.
All right,
It's
so
a -4, but it says a -3 to its AC, so.
So like I have its AC right here. It is
You still need
sickened. It is sickened and frightened right
And
now.
also fascinating to me because when they're frightened, I have to dread hit their ability.
Ah, very good, very good. All right, so that's -4 to its AC right now.
That is a total of. I have a percent 21.
21 will hit.
Nice. So it has to do its fortitude save, and I get to roll the.
All right.
Attack damage.
The fortitude save will be a 31.
Yeah, that's gonna make it.
Yeah.
So I think it's also critical success, so it's not point.
Ah, too bad.
But the damage is pretty good. 7, 18 plus 4, 22 damage.
Oh, did you remember that you have a pulse?
That wouldn't help me at the last time
Alright.
because it wasn't enough. I rolled a 2.
You get to decide if you no, but like the thing is,
No,
you forgot.
the next is 20.
Yeah, the pulse is the next d20.
Yeah, but you forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. So would that have made it? No, it wouldn't have changed anything.
Okay.
Wouldn't have made it critical.
All right.
So 22 damage.
22 points of damage as you coat the dagger in venom, as you click on the back of it and the reservoir of poison fills up, and you try to find an opening. The first attack misses, but the second one, you jam it into like the shoulder of this beast, push the poison in, the dagger retracts. You did hit a nice little point, but with all of the adrenaline coursing through this beast's veins, it doesn't really get into it right as well as you would like it to. But you are doing some hefty points of damage.
Yeah, that's I thought so.
Alright.
That was my turn.
All right. The different tiefling deckhands are still doing their own thing as we go to Tarush.
I do think that one of the cats would back away from Mulan just to prevent to.
Oh yeah, that's very good of you. Yeah, indeed he would. I already thought of that when Olam activated it, but right now, oh my god. So he's just going to look at one of these crystals that keep the airship afloat for now. All right.
So I really don't know. I really don't know what Tarush wants to do in this situation because, on the one hand, like he wants to keep himself safe.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking mirror image and shield. And then next round, I go all in. But like I also feel like the owlbear is being severely like fucked up right now, and I can like contribute a lot to that if I attack. So Crystal, would you be so kind? 1 to 50 is I protect myself. 51 to 100 is
That's 62.
I attack. Okay.
All right. We are going for the aggro strategy.
Yeah.
Rush the enemy down before it gets a real chance to do
Exactly.
anything.
So Tarush, he's like thinking it over, but he looks at his allies and he's like, well, if 3 of ours are surrounding it, I'm probably not going to get targeted soon. Fingers crossed. Wait, knock on wood. There we go. So Tarush gathers energy. He starts chanting again in Draconic. Done! And electricity gathers in its metal gauntlets as he pushes down, and this arc just jumps towards the owlbear. So I use again a reach spell, meta magic, and then I regenerated with my staff. I still have a heightened shocking grasp left over.
Ooh,
with
nice.
the +5
With the
from
+5 on the pulse.
That's going to be painful if I'm lucky, because, and of course I use my conducting gauntlet, so that makes me roll with the 13, 18 on an attack roll.
Don't. You can do it.
Fingers crossed. I use a hero. That was a 2.
Oh god.
And that is 18. Fuck yes. 18 plus fucking 18 is 36.
Yeah, with a 36, together with like the stinking cloud that is making it nauseous, the fear effect of edge, it is a critical hit, my good sir. So go ahead and roll double damage on that motherfucker.
Okay, so that's 3d12. And on a crit, I double the damage. And it takes. Sorry. And it takes 1d4 persistent electricity damage.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
But like 3d12 becomes 6d12 basically, right?
Well, I'll roll 3d12.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So that's 12, 9, and 4. Adding for a total of 21, 25 electricity, 50 electric damage.
Tarush, how do you want to do this?
So Tarush is like, well, good job, Crystal, for making me attack, I suppose. So Tarush is just like, he bounces down the electricity, which jumps. It can't jump it can't go through the ship. It just jumps, and it then hits the owlbear, and it just goes. You see it sizzling, smoke starts heading off, and it just goes and goes, and all of you are looking on, perhaps even in horror, as you're like, it's dead, stop. And the owlbear is just like standing there until finally the eyes pop. They explode in a beautiful double tiny fountain of blood, and then it drops down forward.
So as you do this, the arcane magic missiles that were protruding from its back one by one begin to ignite, and they just go flying up. As these small fireworks go off, you begin to see the entire body convulge, and before it actually dies, together with the sickened condition, it actually hurls up what seems to be like this large owl ball. Like on the deck with you, at which point both of the eyes indeed pop, and next to blood, also this pent-up arcane energy begins to dissipate out of it. But then it stops, as if the source of its energy has been depleted in some way, and with the empty eye sockets, the matron falls back. The captain needs to ready the ship a little bit, but with that, the matron lies dead, and it is already picked up.
Yeah.
Yay!
You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Can we turn around to the captain and say,
Tarouche.
that's one dead matriarch for you. So,
Tarouche looks at his hands and he goes, I'm
that's the worst thing you can hear from Tarouche.
Yeah.
But with that, you heave and hoe a little bit, as you still have like this large owl ball like laying in the middle of the deck.
Just, like,
I mean,
secret push it off.
technically,
again, right?
Crowan, it's not lethal. I say we drop it on the other mercenaries. Like they're just like, we're gonna hunt and now they're major. Oh, puke! Oh, why?
You never know what's in the album. Maybe we should investigate.
Okay,
That's a very good point.
go
I
take
used to do that a lot.
Crowan. I think we can get away from the battle map for now.
Yeah.
As Crowan, you take a couple of steps towards the elbow. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
I'm gonna go with 4 of search, which gives me a +2 if I take my time,
Evan?
and I roll a natural 1. So that's a 13.
13. You see a ball of all kinds of different bones, pieces of fur, of animals, but also some humanoids and larger things, all just bundled up together. And you realize it stings very badly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I
That's the cloud also.
Can I
still.
too, like, dig some?
Sure. Go ahead and make me also like a perception or like Tarouche.
Can I make a fortitude save for trying not to puke as the two of them start going through the owl ball?
Together with the stinking cloud that also whips into your nostrils now and again.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that indeed.
Yeah, because I feel like Tarouche, like, he has a decent-ish stomach for most situations, but this is just... Oh, okay, that's a 21 total. I guess Tarouche is like... I did just kill it. I'm the coolest ever. Trying to focus on that. Yeah, okay.
Right.
I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm fine. You never said what I had to roll.
Like either perception or survival as you begin to like rummage through and like scavenge.
That's a 19 for survival.
19. As you take a look, you at least know, perhaps instinctively, perhaps because you are a cat, how it looks like when you cuff up hairballs. And
Precious parts are in the center.
yeah, no, well, and which parts are and are not digested. So the fact that you see, like somewhere in the middle of this ball, this what was long time ago a humanoid creature, like completely dissolved, except for the armor and the quiver that it is wearing on its side, does instill some interest.
Well, I like dig it out.
All right, so Olam, you take a look at the ball. Tarouche, go ahead and make another fortitude save, and you see Olam go, ooh!
Okay, I'm wasting all my good rolls.
Yeah.
19 for 20 fucking 5.
The fresh winter air does do wonders to keep your stomach like well acclimated.
So, at this point, Tarouche is going to focus on other things. I'm going to summon my staff. Zoop. I'm gonna use my staff to regain a vampiric touch, and then I'm gonna like go to my happy place.
All right, and eventually you drag out like this being, and you can see that this was probably some sort of a hunter, perhaps even of these owlbears that found its demise, because you can see a nice dark set of leathers on this person, a knapsack that has long been dissolved and all real things of value from it being ruined. But you can see that you also pull out what seems to be a completely half-dissolved broken crossbow. But you see that the set of armor that is blackened seems to be a little bit shadowy to the touch in a very similar way as Edge also has the armor wearing. So you realize that this is probably like +1 shadowed armor. But next to that you also see that this enchantment also extends a little bit over the small quiver of bolts to the side. And as you like put it off, because it seems to be a different piece of equipment, you find that this like rune inscribed purple small quiver holds momentarily one, like you see that the quiver itself is no bigger than like this, and it has like 3 distinct compartments, and one of them is filled with what seems to be one of those spikes that also protruded from the matron's back. Like one arcane quote-unquote missile is in the quiver itself.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
Groovy.
Crystal, I do not see you writing things down.
Well-
And it frustrates me.
Well, can one of the spellcasters go ahead and take a moment and make me an Arcana check to see if we can figure out what this is?
This one?
I would gladly.
Yeah, so we're just trying to look away, so that makes sense.
For me, it's quite normal. I've done nesting and such, so this is nothing weird. Let's have a quick glance. Oh, that's actually going to be quite high because I also get a +1 because of the hat.
Because you have a very nice hat.
Yeah. That's going to be a 32.
32. All right.
Yeah.
Then this is what you realize that it is.
I didn't quite see it easily on camera, but just for the audience, Bouter just gave an item card to Maxine,
Well,
so you know.
I also
that
have
is
it on. I also have it on the battle map for us.
It's
Because
the quiver of magic missiles.
Quiver.
This small purple rune-engraved quiver has 3 distinct slots. These slots perpetually grow magical crossbow bolts that function as magic missiles. At dawn, roll 1d4 -1. When the quiver grows that many bolts, it can hold a max of 3 bolts. When loaded into a crossbow, you can use an attack action, firing the bolt towards a creature within 120 feet of you. The attack automatically hits and deals 1d4 +1 force damage.
I don't necessarily need it, but I'm the only one with crossbow.
Yeah, no, I say you take it, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, even if we didn't like Crowan, he would be the obvious choice.
Yeah, but it's like 1d4 +1 damage. So I'm like, it's only if it's really hard to hit, then I want it.
No.
it is basically
1d4 +1 damage.
yeah. So it's basically like the magic missile spell, but then in the form of condensed crossbow
Yeah.
bolts. But
Think of it this way.
But you would hit with an attack.
Yeah, like think of it this way, dude. It's an automatic hit. You have 2 multiple attack penalties. What are you gonna do with your third action?
Yeah, but then I have to load it.
No, you've already preloaded it because
Oh,
you're
fair.
smart,
Alright.
right?
You are smart, right?
And the armor was a shadow armor.
Yeah, so the armor is you also have acquired a +1 shadowed leather armor.
Oh, then I can actually.
Shadowed leather armor. That's nice. Shadowed is like pretty expensive.
Yeah.
If you put it on Malo and then sell Olam, sorry. Why do I keep?
I know.
And then sell Olam. What?
Yeah, and then sell Olam as a package deal with the
purchase,
armor. Like that's a pretty nice deal.
So yeah. All right, so do add that beautiful loot to your person, and I just like also had 3 boxes with it. If you put it in one of those sleeves, then with like with a race marker, you can like turf how many bolts you have at the ready at any point in time. Although you can see that the printer did a little bit of a fuck up with the coloration of this, so you are getting a better one of me later. But nonetheless, it's nice to actually have like physical things in. All right. So next to that, you also find eventually that Olam pulls out from this owl ball like a half-dissolved coin purse that like spills its contents on the floor if you're not too careful about it. Ooh, so go ahead and roll me 2d12, please.
You can do it on a... Don't roll double ones.
I will try, but I won't promise.
If you want, we can do it with the camera in front of it.
Wait.
2d12. Throw it here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. We're gonna try something new. We're going to throw in front of the camera.
My arms are just like really tiny. 11 and a 9.
Nice.
Ooh.
I have no idea what that
That's a
is.
9.
All right, so someone can write down that we have another 20 gold pieces added to the party.
20.
That's you, Maxime. You do that.
Sure.
All right.
You have one job. Summoning
Plus-
animals and writing down coins.
Plus 1 GP to party, plus 19 to myself.
You do you, man.
You're learning from Tarush.
Oh.
Like, oh, you're actually going to give a gold to the party? How nice of you.
Yeah, and like,
He's not even going now. He's like, oh, you
I feel like Jack's gonna betray us all soon, and I love it. I'm so proud of him. He's growing into his own little evil person. Maybe soon he'll start reanimating corpses or something.
2 seconds
Alright.
later.
So, with that, heaving and hoeing comes to a rest as the adrenaline begins to subside from your bodies. And you are still aboard the Razor Leaf now with the carcass of a owlbear matron also ready for all y'all to, deliver to the Nobos.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to do?
Does it make sense to keep on hunting owlbears?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
each carcass is more money.
but not right now, right? Because
I
I don't really have much left.
I have 2 spells left.
I
Oh, no,
I still have plenty. I still have plenty of energy left.
Chloe's
For-
gonna
for-
ask the captain, how much did you expect us to catch? Bad.
This is a big one.
Sorry.
About a dozen.
You walk up to Percival eventually, and you ask a couple of questions. You see the captain in his long, dark green leather overcoat, standing there at the helm, salt pepper beard, and he looks exhausted. Like you see all of the different runes tattooed on his arms that is used to like attune to and invest into the magic item that is the entire airship. And it seems that he really had some
Issue.
not issues, but you begin to realize that if you are the captain of an airship, it seems that you really are the ship.
Oh.
So he himself seemed like he was like wrestling the owlbear in the hold, and he is just like very tuckered out after wrestling with such a beast. So as you walk up to him and go like, how many would you hunt? He's just like, ugh. Puts off his captain's hat for a moment, like strokes his hair, puts it back. Well, honestly, now that we have the matron, I think most of the deed is done. Of course, every owlbear is another boon to the Thorncleft house, but most importantly was that we were first. That we could say that we took these beasts down first. And we now, together with the owlbear carcasses and the matron itself, House Thorncleft has a good claim to this. I don't know how you got this beast in this hold in the first place, but I guess that the tight clock asked for some special measures.
So, I wonder, is it in our interest for the owlbear population to not increase as much as it can?
Honestly, this endeavor is not here to do anything with the actual owlbear population.
Fair enough. Regardless, I suggest you steady the ship, Captain. Return it several of your, well, I wouldn't call it nautical paces, but the airborne equivalent thereof. And we send some of your crew down to collect the goats.
The goats are still alive?
They're still down there, 5 of them,
And they
waiting
have a
for
name.
pickup. And if we leave them there, then that's just a waste of good goat, which perhaps could feed the crew on a happy journey back.
What?
Make a diplomacy check.
Especially meh.
Bob.
I say we call one shh.
No.
Any other saloon?
Well, what do you want to do?
21.
What do you want to do with Bob though? Because Bob was the rad one that like wore sunglasses and kicked the other goats away.
I'm gonna keep it.
We're gonna eat them first.
Do you want to keep Bob?
I want to keep
I
it.
say
He's
we
mine.
pit the goats against each other in Mortal Kombat, and each time we eat the one that loses until there's only one left.
But I want to keep all.
Well, he better be the superior goat then.
Oh, I gave Bob the dagger.
Rule 1 of Goat Fight Club is you don't bah about Fight Club. So as you say these things, like the captain goes, fair enough. I think we can all use a hearty meal. Ren, take Aether and Breva down. Cadium, you command the trolleys. No, not trolleys. The pulleys. That's a word.
And Cronin's gonna real quick gather whatever fell from the owlbear mom and throw it down to Avon. Because you would think.
All right.
Will we find Evan downstairs?
Well, you guys hastily boarded the airship
Yeah.
again. But as you look down, and Crone just goes like, "Oh, I have here a couple of feathers that go overboard and flutter down." You can see Evan like on the ground over there, puts up one of the owlbear arms, begins to wave it.
No.
I feel like we need to do 2 things. Communicate with Evan, and leave behind a cocky, goaty message in some way to the other hunters.
All right, so
They need to know that they've been beaten by us.
Oh, and what I also think we can give to
Yeah, that
Evan
makes
is the bombs. Both the owlbear stink bomb and the owlbear love bomb.
yeah, do you?
I think Evan has a lot. I don't think we're gonna encounter owlbears in the coming.
Well, the
And
stink
he
bomb can
deserves
also
that.
work for other things than owlbears. So
Yeah, but he
the love
kinda
one-
Yeah, but the love bomb he can.
well, the
Wait, one at a time?
he wants you return the love bomb to Avon.
But the stink bomb was deliberately made for owlbears, right?
exactly, yeah.
So
Both,
we can also.
yes, both of these are made especially for owlbears. So if you would wish, you can climb down and trade with Evan again. So we will say, as the deckhands gather the goats, including Bob, who is now somehow smoking a cigarette, really weird. You guys also walk up to Evan, who is just standing there. I did not really understand what happened, but the screeches sounded like the mother. Was the matron already on your ship this entire time, or what happened? I am very much intrigued to know.
Well, funny story.
A little bit down, Charlie, a little bit up.
Then a
Look
little
at
bit
the
down.
look at the screen.
No, you can't.
Down.
No. Yeah. There?
Better?
I can't see it.
No, down.
Down.
Yeah.
I think.
Down?
Oh.
Down.
Oh, yeah,
a little bit
that
down.
was
Yes, great.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
So funny story. The owlbear kind of like was it appeared on the ship. We had a wish spell, I believe.
A owlbear capable of casting magic.
Well, I think the magic came from somewhere else, but it did cast that's arcane magic in it.
As it already is
Yeah.
gathering up like the different feathers that you threw down, he's like sniffing them, like tasting them a little bit,
Oh, can
putting
I?
them in
Could I
its
have
own coat.
brought some of the owl ball that we weren't
Oh,
using
yeah, of course.
anymore?
All right, so a little bit of the owl ball is also put here. Charlie does not respect the stream one bit, so he is just going to the bathroom like a pleb.
If Charlie doesn't respect it, then neither shall I.
No, put it down. You have not been. No, No flying cows will fall down from the sky and kill your characters. Put it down.
But I
Put
already had it
down.
in my mouth.
Then we will throw it away. Chat bestows upon you the ability to eat. So if someone feels like feeding them, they are hungry, but other than that, they are not allowed to eat during this fucking stream
But
unless
on
you
a
say
more
so.
positive note, Evan, we still have this love bomb and the stink bomb that we traded with you, and we have no use for it anymore.
Well, perhaps then we can do more trade. Yes, more trade. Trade is good. I have already at my disposal some potions that seem to come in handy for someone like you. These are not healing potions, but they do offer a little bit of healing, although more alchemical than magical. They are called elixirs of life. Yes, yes, elixirs of life. I have 2. Perhaps we can trade 2 for 2. Yes.
Dit is good, yes.
Yeah.
Splendid. You are good friends. Yes. Yeah, there you go. And with that, you can add to your inventory that you have 2 elixirs of life. They are just the normal kind, so they're like level 1 items. But still, though, like pretty useful. They heal a d6, and they give you a. Let me look it up real quick just to be sure. Elixir of life. Elixir of life.
Love for love.
There we go. And a +1 bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes. Yeah. So it's like a little bit of like the alchemical is just like good for your body. So it's
Cool.
+1 to those saves and a little bit of hit points. So that's pretty neat.
Thank you very much.
You are very, very, very friendly to me. I, Evan, the hermit druid, or fuckface, as some seem to call me, am very glad that I have met you. Yes, this would be handy for you. Here, this might aid you in your further endeavors. And once again, you see like his satchel open up, and on the inside you have the embroidery of this white flower, the symbol of the white sage. And he gives you like this like hand-woven small little white flower on a rope necklace. A little bit. This is one of the icons of the Friends of the White Sage. Yes. If you would ever come upon people like me, who are perhaps not as weird, but at least know of how to help one another, we help to we like to help each other out and stand at the ready. Yes.
Tarush, even though he's still on top of the ship, he feels this intrinsic happiness of not being around this person.
Understandable.
Like there's this little happiness he suddenly feels. He's like, I don't know why, but
I had this large conversation of that a lot of happiness is relative. Like if you are homeless and you get a place to stay, you will feel happiness.
Yeah.
Right? And
like Buddhism says happiness is the absence of suffering. Like the only reason you can feel good is because you felt bad and now you're relieving it, right? An orgasm even is just like needing an orgasm and then getting it.
And now you are very much relieved that you are not any closer to this other person.
I think the person that has been most help for you, Evan, is Ardur Olan. Because now you've got some arms.
I did
yes.
my best for you.
Yes, they will
So-
be good meals, and I do not know what kind of alchemical things I will be able to craft, but they will be splendid. Thank you.
No
So I think that
problem.
Olam should have the honor of carrying this necklace.
Oh yes, I would love
And
to.
please don't forget about it.
No, I won't. I
yes.
will write it down.
Yes, do know that with this you are now, perhaps if you would like, also a friend of the White Sage.
Yes. So we are friends too then. Right?
Oh yes, we are good friends.
That's nice. I made a new friend. Ooh.
But with that, are you going to hunt more? Are you going to leave more body parts for me to collect? Or are you going away?
I'm afraid we're going away. Yes.
Well, not right now, but maybe if we come back later, we can help you.
Yes, the Van Wyck woodlands are mostly my home. But if owlbears venture forth to other places, then I will probably follow them. Yes.
Yes.
Then for now, thank you. And right. Let us shake hands. And he gets like the owlbear claw and goes past each and every one of you and like wants to shake your hand.
See the humor in it.
Because that is what he has learned. He learns
I-
that like in civil society you shake hands once you leave people.
I like to imagine he needs like 2 hands to hold the one, right? And he's like,
But we are friends, so we should give a hug.
What is hug?
What is that?
Well, you
it's like goth
have
backwards.
like 2 arms, and you open them, and then you go stand
It's like an
I
acceptance
like
wrap.
how Alarm just tries to
at
explain
someone,
before she
and
actually
then
does it.
you put your arms around them.
So he
Worst description ever.
so he picks up with some effort
Yes,
both
yes.
of the owlbear arms, one under each of his
I'm going to
arms.
stand in front of him.
All right, and then he is going to basically like fall into you, and he's
then
going
put
to
them
around. Hug you.
and he's going to try and slap you as hard as he can.
No, not slap. I never said slap.
That's no, but he
Did I?
did. No, he just tries to do it as well as possible with as much energy and force as possible. So the 2 claws hit you in the back. I rolled a natural 19 on the die, so that would be like a. He's not really proficient in owlbear arms, so that would mostly just be like a. I will say 22 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
That doesn't hit. All right, so you do get a hug, but it doesn't do damage. So yeah.
Where,
Whack.
I feel like this is the equivalent of a hickey, the hug equivalent, you know?
A huggy. All right. And with that, you have officially learned, Evan, how to do a hug.
Nice.
I have learned more things from my new friends. Very good, very good. Yes. Yeah.
You don't have to hug everyone. Only if you want.
No, you have taught me that only friends get hugs. Yes, understandable. Yeah, it's very good.
I have so many questions. Like, how did this guy get raised?
He didn't.
Right? Like-
I don't think he did.
He didn't.
No.
Like, how did he survive past infancy just by not being around people? Was he raised by owlbear? Oh my god.
Is he eating his parents?
That just made this a whole lot darker, you know? He's like raised by owlbears. We just killed his adoptive mom.
No,
And he's like, I like it for parts.
He's like Cubone. You know the Pokemon Cubone? Like the
Yeah.
mother dies, takes the skull, puts it on his head, basically.
And indeed, like Chronisch B says, teaching Evan consent is also amazing. So you don't hug everybody, only hug friends.
And if you want to.
And if you want to. Very good, very good. All right, so with that, trade has been concluded by Evan, and as you will no longer be hunting owlbears over here, he is going to take his leave and follow the herd and see what else he can muster. He actually says, I do not know these other hunters, but now that our business is concluded, perhaps they might lead me to some new trinkets.
Trinkets?
Goodbye. And he just walks away.
Bye.
All right, so did you want to leave a message for the...
Please no. Please
Well,
no. Sorry, no.
I remain up on the airship. Like,
Yeah, alright.
Tarush was like, no, I'm not going down. What? No. I don't like this Evans character. You guys get to go.
I'm not really sure how to leave a message like
Well, I
this,
mean, he
but
gave the perfect opportunity, though. He's like, I'll find the other hunters, so if you want to pass something on.
No.
But either way, yeah, Tarush is like just happy to get this over with. And I have to say, out of character, this quest went obviously a lot quicker than it could have otherwise.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we
yeah.
had
Doesn't
so
wait
many
from
deaths.
around. Like,
you're
And
welcome.
to be fair, we lose out on a bunch of money. In the sense that we killed a lot less owlbears than we otherwise might have. But honestly, I mean, it was so quick and easy suddenly to get the owlbear matron. I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, and they
yeah,
got the
right.
whole
It
body.
can be
now.
a bit anticlimactic to cut that shaking alone
Yeah,
owlbears now.
yeah, to start hunting like just regular owlbears and being like, well, we killed the matron already.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a perfect
Oh, yeah.
opportunity to be like, hey, we completed your quest, you have the matron, and
We forgot the better part, the patriarch. Where is he?
Not the way the society works, man.
Ah, damn.
Not the way the herd works. The herd works. All right. So with that, then the rest of you are being brought up back to the ship. The captain steps away for a moment as the vessel begins to move away to a place where you guys will be set off on one of the main roads.
Yeah.
Because, as he steps towards you, very well then it seems that our business is coming to a conclusion. We will make sure that all of your horses, as well as your companion, as he looks at you, because you also have your zombie with you,
That's true.
Yeah.
Georgie.
will be put out of. Will be put down as well, and you will be able to continue on your journeys.
Thank you very much.
That only leaves, of course, with the matter of payment. So, we have within our midst one complete owlbear matron, as well as 3 carcasses of the other owlbears that you hunted. However, we do also. Am I forgetting a dick drawing? What?
yeah, no,
What?
no, Abe was like, Edge draws a huge dick in the grass.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Well,
Thanks, bro.
if you don't spend your points and you're not here at the table, I ain't gonna give it a look, Edge. So no dick has been drawn. There you go.
No,
The grass is
I'm
stick free.
controlling Edge now.
That's what you get
I
for
don't
being
see-
sick. Nah.
Oh no!
Yeah, get a better immune system.
All right, fine.
Not put your tongue
Edge.
to people.
Edge, you walk up into the grass, and while the rest are busy with gathering all of the goats, talking to Evan, you complete your beautiful drawing of a gigantic dick in the grass for perhaps these hunters to find.
With there's text.
There's text.
The pack was here.
With the pack was here. All right. Oh right, yeah, pack was here. Very well. All right. And as this beautiful drawing is completed, then you get back on the airship. Then the captain speaks these words. Then you guys are moved towards the road. And as payment is concluded, he goes, "You have gifted us with a complete owlbear matron, as well as 3 complete carcasses. However, the last carcass had some damage to it, as well as," he takes a look, "the grate of the razor leaf. Therefore, I'm afraid that we cannot offer payment for the last carcass.
Yeah, fair.
But it still leaves you with a total of 350 gold pieces that the contract
the
can
last
give you.
carcass not being the matron.
The last, no.
You mean the okay?
Yeah, like the one armless.
Yeah.
So basically,
that's fine.
because that, as well as you put the crew of the razor leaf in danger with you teleporting it. So basically, the payment for the last carcass is forfeit.
So
So they have 350?
what if we
Yes,
shave
maybe.
Lam and offer you her fur?
Why?
Why would you do that?
It's punishment.
Why would you punish me? For keeping you safe.
A good joke, Tarush, I hope. But no, this contract, of course, is only about the elders.
What if he
Yes,
shaves the rouge? What if he shaved the rouge and leaves some rouge fur here?
Sure.
It's noble fur.
That's
Look,
true.
honestly, this entire endeavor was last
My
minute.
fur brings all the boys to the yards.
The expectation and respect from all the people.
Sorry, I couldn't not.
You did it in a voice, so it's canon.
The captain slapped you and you die.
No, he just pushes him off the edge.
Meat disappears out of the area. Dum, dum, dum. Sorry, okay, continue.
All right.
Okay.
What is my life? What is my life? So with that, you can add another 350 gold pieces to the party fund, as your owlbear hunt quest is now officially concluded, and all of the story has officially been removed from this quest because of the actions of our beautiful Chet and Crystal. which is beautiful. But with that, I think we can be pretty easy about how the Razor Leaf moves you a little bit to a more coastal area where this beautiful coastal path will lead further downward until it eventually brings you to Torsica. So before you guys are dropped off, is there anything else that you would like to do?
Hey, do you want to fuck anyone?
Oh God.
Last chance. Last chance, Abe.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to like we could, for Abe's sake, like put the little tail end, devil's tail end of the journey, like for the beginning of the next session.
Fair enough.
Right?
Then yeah,
suggestion.
yeah, that sounds like an okay suggestion. Then for now, we will take a little bit of a early leave, as the rest of the pack is on board of the Razor Leaf, going through the southeast, until eventually the main path will reveal itself to you, at which moment you will go from the back of a Razor Leaf airship and onto the backs of horses.
Yeah.
Towards Torsica, where the haunting of Crowan will be dealt with, hopefully.
Do you guys have your horses ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you
they're
still remember your names?
Yes.
I've written
Jaloen.
down.
Now you. It is my best friend. Now you.
Like no.
Well,
No
mine is name Balloon. No, mine's name is Tsunape. Yes.
Yeah.
Mine
So,
is Quick Song.
Sarah.
and mine is this one dies first.
Red shirt.
Oh no, pathfinding adventures. Oh my God.
Oh, now
We were just wrapping up this session as well.
We
But
do
we
not
wanna-
have a TikTok
We
now.
want to thank you for joining in, and we want to invite you absolutely to join our stream next week, Sunday from 7 p.m. CET on. We have, of course, for every new viewer, old viewer, current viewer, and future viewer, we have Instagram, which is a Till of Dice. We have Twitter, which is a Till of Dice, and we have a Discord, actually. That's also a thing.
But
We
Charlie,
also-
what about our TikTok?
We also have anxiety.
And we have a Dick Doc.
What?
What?
Big dog.
The new OnlyFans.
Yeah, we have a urologist on team. You can come in now. We're gonna get checked up.
No, I'm so sorry, guys. I hope you had a nice stream though, and I hope you do join us next week a little bit earlier next time, because we always stream from 7 to 10, so that will be the times that you can actually be here and join in our adventure. I will say though, as a little bit of a sign off, we had the pleasure of hunting a owlbear matron within the confines of an airship after chaotic magics that the chat actually bestowed upon to the stream made it so that the owlbear teleported within the airship. What is Pathfinder? So if you want to join
And
in
after
on
that, the chat imprisoned the owlbear
Yeah.
temporarily,
Yeah.
long enough for us to intervene. Your plans, our DM's plans, were entirely fucked up by by the whimsical nature of chat and Crystal's attention
Definite.
span.
What?
like we had I had all planned out, like we can go to A, B, C, D, and the chat chose 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to join in on those shenanigans, do join next week when we continue the adventures of the pack and the chaotic energies of the chat that pushes them into all kinds of weird directions. For now though, we are off. So thank you so much for watching, those that are still here. We hope to see you next week. We love you. Enjoy the last 2 hours of your weekend if you're here in the Netherlands. And
Good
goodbye.
night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Mwah.
Good night and good luck.